Guys, welcome to Hellstormwargaming.
Welcome.
My name is Mikey. I'm joined by Little D Elliot. How are you, Elliot?
Not bad.
Are you having a great time?
I'm having a good time.
Yes.
My blood is 90% monster.
Yes, mine as well. So I want to say a massive apology about round 3. Just a full explanation. Basically, we had a few overlay problems. We had a few technical issues that I needed to fix. By the time I'd fixed them, or by the time I was expecting to fix them, which was about 6:30, we missed most of the round.
Yep.
So what we did, we didn't bother streaming that game. We thought we'd just focus on getting the Invitational right, get this nailed, and we're going to bring the hot gossip action from the Invitational final.
That's the decision, right, isn't it? It's like, do we kind of just jump on as soon as we can feasibly get on, and then sort of be scooping water out of the boat for the rest of the stream, or do we take the time and then get the Invitational right?
We're going to do the Invitational properly. We're going to make sure we get all the best action and make sure we're 100% ready to do this game.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure we were all good.
Do it justice.
Massive thank you for everyone tuning in. We got Nabaration, we got Brian Spithamira, we got Neil Kerr. That was a terrible pronunciation. So today we have, yesterday we had the Invitational knockout tournament.
Yep.
We had 32 players. We had 4 rounds yesterday, going up until just gone 11 yesterday. We started with 32. It's a knockout event. We are now left with 2 undefeated players for that event.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Joshua Death, and we have also Mr. Konrad Bartiewickz. Bartiewickz. Thanks, Tank. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Polish, so there you go. So, 2 absolute legends, both been on the stream already. They've been playing games all day. This is going to be their 4th game of the day, their 8th tournament game this weekend so far. So
the ultimate test, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
After loads of games of Warhammer, and then it's like, but wait, there's more. And then
exactly.
You have to play
it's
again.
The mental skill of lasting out all of those rounds. It's just insane. It's absolutely so. Massive shout out to them. Doodade, we are hoping so. So we have a 3-camera setup for this game. Shall we have a quick run through of the?
Let's have a quick look while there's nothing going on.
So I have something we've already seen. We have the top down for the table, so you're gonna be able to see that. So that's the top down. We have the second view, which you've already seen. We've already seen this, haven't we? We've seen this already today. Oh no, we don't. This is the extra view. I've jumped one. I'm gonna swap them around so I get it right. So then we have the side view as well. So hopefully you're gonna be able to see everything that happens in the game.
Yep.
We'll give you the hot gossip, and also you'll be able to see hopefully some of their reactions and the crowd behind the net, like the savages they are. That's to keep the crowds out, so they don't hover around the table too much. So there we go. So what we're going to do, the round is going to start at 8:30.
Yep.
So the players are going to have half an hour to deploy all their army, and they're going to start the game at 8:30. They're going to get 3 hours to play the game, and then that is it. So
they are going to get 3 hours to play the game.
They are going to get 3 hours to play the game.
We've been
told by the organizer. So there we go. So I just want to quick check up. Shall we go through some lists? We have 2 lists to go for.
We have 2 lists
remaining in the knockout tournament. That's what you're saying.
Good save.
Yeah. So shall we go with Conrad's first? So Conrad is using a pure Eldari Aziani list. So he has an air wing, a battalion, and a spearhead, and he is all elite top. Elite top being super strong, -1 to hit over 12 inches. Really, really good. Oh, sorry, I apologise. An air wing of an Elatok. He has a battalion of Samhan, and then a spearhead of Elatok. Apologies. So he has an air wing. Super strong in an Eldar list.
Yep.
Everything's going to be -2. It's all Elatok. He has 3 Crimson Hunter Exarchs and 2 Crimson Hunters. The Crimson Hunters Exarchs have 2 Star Cannons and Pulse Laser. The Crimson Hunters have 2 Bright Lancers and a Pulse Laser. So the Star Cannons have more shots. The Bright Lancers are like 1 shot, kind of like super good las cannon, strength 8, -4 and d6 damage.
Yeah.
The Star Cannons are good at killing heavy infantry, really. 3 shot, strength 6, -3. And D3
TEQ
damage.
and MEQ killers.
There we go. We have...
For the non-initiated amongst you.
Yeah. We're going to have a battalion of Samhan. We have an Autarch Skyrunner, so an Autarch on a bike. We've got a Farseer on a bike and a Warlock on a bike. The Autarch Skyrunner has a fusion gun. Here we go. And then cheeky melta gun. And then we have 3 units of 8 Storm Guardians.
Fusion gun.
Infantry. Yeah. And then a unit of 9 Wind Riders with scatter lasers. So scatter lasers super good. 4 shots each on those guys.
They ignore the heavy.
Yeah. Samhan, while you're moving around, you ignore the movement penalty. So really good at clearing screens and light infantry. And then we have a spearhead of a Latok. We have a Warlock with a Witchblade, who is the Warlord. And then we have 3 fire prisms with twin shuriken catapults. So super good to be able to use these for linked fire, be able to take out big heavy stuff, re-rolling hits of wounds, which is really good.
Interesting choice, making the Warlock the Warlord. Why would you make such a weak unit your Warlord? Is that because he's easy to hide, to not give away
small.
Warlord?
It's super small, yeah. You can use the Farseer and the Warlock to ride forward with all the army to do all the buffs. Use the psychic powers like your Doom, your Jinx, which Jinx has only got a short range, so he needs to go right out there. So I'll have a Warlock sat at the back, probably casting Protect on one of the tanks maybe. We'll have to see what he's going to do with that. But just hiding at the back with the fire prisms. Obviously this all terrain is preset and there's lots of really nice L shapes to hide behind the terrain. So you can hide in super easy. So that's Conrad's list. He's going to have 10 CP to start with. So shall we quickly go through Josh's list?
Yeah, Josh Deff's list. So he has a battalion, a Supreme Command Detachment, and another battalion. So 2 battalions altogether. So the first one we'll go through is the Crimson Fist. Specialist detachment. It's the Indomitus Crusaders.
Yeah.
So you've got a captain in there, he's got 2 chainswords, you've got Primaris Lieutenant, just one of them, with a mass-crafted Stalker bolt rifle.
Yeah, that's the heavy bolt rifle.
Yeah. You've got 2 squads of intercessors, one of them with the Stark bolt rifle, there's 6 in there with the sergeants.
Yeah.
Another squad. You've got that's a 10-man squad. They've got 2 auxiliary grenade launchers, and the sergeant's got a power fist.
Yeah, and they've got the bolt rifles, right?
Yep, they've got the normal bolt rifles. And then the last squad, again, it's a 9-man squad with the bolt rifles. You got the 1 grenade launcher in that time, but again, the power fist.
The big old power fist. So obviously these are really good because you're using the Indomitus Crusaders detachment, so you get extra stratagems to do stuff like the Stucker bolt rifles become sniper rifles, and bolter discipline, rapid fire on the intercessors, big units. They can shoot 4 shots within half range rather than 2.
Bit scary.
Yeah, turns them into rapid fire 2 weapons.
Bit
so then you've got
scary.
Supreme Command.
Yep, so the Supreme Command Detachment is White Scars. So you've got a chaplain in there. This chaplain's been on the stream quite a bit now. We've started calling him the Slaplin. He's a bit of a beat stick. So he's got the Litany of Hate and the Mantra of Strength for his
power.
Special
his
prayers, whatever, the prayers to the Emperor. Litanies.
Yeah.
Psalms. Open.
Yeah.
Battle Brothers, open your codexes to Psalm 40K.
Psalm.
He's got a combi melter and a jump pack.
Sure.
He's the Warlord as well.
Certainly is.
We've got a Librarian in Phobos armor, camo cloak, 4 sword, and a Librarian on bike. 4 staves, storm bottle, 1 bolt gun. So we've seen the Librarian on bike do quite a bit.
Yeah.
He was really good in the first game.
I just wanted to jump in that the Slaplin is also known as a certain player group, the Father Pain.
Father Pain.
Yes. So there you go, Father Pain or the Slaplin. And then obviously you've got 2 Librarians, 1 in Phobos armor, 1 on a bike.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then we have a successor Imperial Fists army.
Yes.
So this is where you can choose to have 2 successor traits from the Codex, but then count as it being an Imperial Fist successor, which means you get their bonuses as well as the successor chapters. So he's got the Master Artisans.
Which is really interesting later.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting later.
Yeah.
They've also got Stealthy. Mikey, what does Stealthy do?
So Stealthy, what that does is while you're over 12, it's kind of what everyone is thinking that the new -1 to hit over 12 is going to be.
Okay.
It's basically you count as being in cover over 12, so you get +1 to save. So
yeah.
super good.
Okay.
So do you know what Master Artisans does, Elliot?
Yes, it allows you to re-roll, I believe it's 1 to wound roll.
1 hit and 1 wound roll.
So it's basically like a little Salamander's trait.
Yeah, it's like half the Salamanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, super good. So it'd be really good if you optimize the rest of your detachment for, single
Isn't it
shot
each
weapons.
turn as well?
Yeah, for each unit, each turn, each phase. So
Pretty good, pretty strong.
yeah. So if you optimize that in your list, it'd be really strong. So it depends what units you're going to take with that. So what units has he took with that?
So he's got 2 Tech Marines in there. They're both built exactly the same. Bolt guns, chainswords, conversion beams, right?
Yep. So them conversion beamers,
C-beams.
C-beams, can now reroll hit, reroll a wound every turn. So
Very spicy, and they're always
phase.
strong. 2 tactical squads, both with 3 tactical squads, right? So they're all 5-man squads. One of them's got a missile launcher in there. One of them's got a combi melter and a melter, and 2 of them have combi melters and melters.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Nothing really to see there. A relic Whirlwind Scorpius.
Ooh,
now, these are pretty spicy.
They are pretty spicy.
They're pretty meta at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's got its Scorpius multi-launcher. Not worth mentioning that. So, These are really interesting because they can fire 3 times.
They can fire up to 3 times a turn.
Yeah, so they are a whirlwind.
Yes, they are a whirlwind.
They have the whirlwind keyword. That's how it works, right? So they can use the whirlwind stratagem to fire again. And if they stay still, they can fire twice anyway, as per their rules.
Yeah.
So firing 3 times with something like that, it shreds stuff. We've seen that this weekend.
Strength 6 minus 2 damage, I believe, off the top of my head. And also 3d3 shots, which is really good.
Yeah.
So that's super good. And then what else has he got?
So we've got a Venerable Dreadnought, twin autocannon.
Yep.
Very shooty.
Damage 2.
And then, this is where the spice is. This is where we're just going to start dribbling that Jamaican chili sauce onto the list. 3 hunters.
Spice. 3 hunters.
3 hunters, question mark.
Question mark, yes.
Hunters? Why is
hunters? Are toughness 8 Rhino chassis with an anti-air cannon. Just 1 shot, but it's anti-air. Which is really good. And he's going to be able to reroll that hit and reroll that wound.
Because 1 shot, right?
Yeah.
1 shot.
Yeah.
So
Strength 9 minus 3 d6 damage. There's a stratagem in there for a hunter for 1 CP, whether he wants to use it or not, is you double the damage, roll a 6 to wound.
So potential for 36 damage from them 3 boys.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really good.
And they're good against flyers as well, which is interesting because what does Conrad's list have a lot of?
Does have a lot of flyers in there, Elliot.
It is basically just Stansted. If Stansted was Eldari.
So I'm just going to address the chat. What happened last night? What happened was agreed between the TO and the players, and LGT have put a post out on Facebook, so you're going to go check that exactly what happened. But we said it how it was at the time, and LGT have said what they said. So we're just here to tell you what's going to happen. So it is going to be Joshua versus King Con, as it says on his t-shirt. Number 13.
The example Conrad. I gave yesterday was it's like we're basically Gary Lineker at a Man United match.
Yes, we're just talking about football.
And the refs are going to decide things with the players, and that's going to happen, and that's them.
Yeah.
And we're in a little commentating booth somewhere else.
Where the players can't hear us, or we can't hear the players.
Exactly, we're nothing to do with them. We're in our own little commentating bubble.
Yes, exactly.
Do you want me to do a little bit of...
Are you going to update the list? The list should be updated in the box below. But whilst we just double check that's right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Tank talk about what he thinks about how the game's going to go.
I did miss something, sorry. There is a drop pod.
There's a drop pod as well.
Let's not get too excited.
For some tactical marines, maybe.
Yeah.
So let's quickly cut to Tank to see what he's got to say.
Evening, everyone. We were hoping to... evening, everyone. We were hoping to get some sort of pre-match interviews with the players for you. Unfortunately, both third games in the GT have sort of gone right to the end, so we might struggle to get those for you. So you're going to have to put up with me, unfortunately. And I'll give you my insights into the game for what it's worth. Not very much, probably. But what I'd say is... to me, both players want first turn in this game. They've both got very good shooting. I'd say that they're essentially both quite toolboxy lists. Josh Def's list is a real toolbox list. Conrad's is a bit less so, like more of a sort of traditional European gun line. But he's not gone full retard on the flyers. Just 5 is like not ridiculously so. So he has got like a reasonable ground presence. So boots on the ground, if he's clever, is like unlikely. But he's still got a good amount of fire and a good amount of firepower and a good amount of different types of shooting. So I'd say that both players will want first turn. I'd say Josh can probably weather first turn better, and it'll also depend on the deployment, because the Eldar, if it's hammer and anvil, they've obviously got the ability to deploy fully out of Conrad's range and then still bring all their firepower to bear on their turn 1 if they need to. So we've seen that going first, Josh Def can beat flyer spam. In the first round of the Invitational, he beat Manny Chima, who's obviously an excellent player, with a list with more flyers. So we know he can do it. The Marines his list has got more tricks and meets the eye to deal with flyers. He's obviously got the slapplin and the hunters with their rerolls. I know one of the things that really caught Manny out in their game was the unit of 10 Crimson Fist intercessors. They used a rapid fire strat to get more shots. He then uses the grey shield stratagem to give them the Imperial Fists chapter tactic as well. And that means that 6s to hit explode into 3 hits each. And he'll use the chapter master rerolls to reroll everything 1 to 5, regardless of successful or not, and just fish for as many 6s as he can. And I know in that game with Manny, with that 10-man intercessor squad buffed up with those strats, they killed 2 planes just to 10 intercessors. So watch out for that one. The other thing is, should Conrad go first, he's going to have to be very cautious, because I suspect Josh will be able to hide a lot of his units and probably castle up quite tight and use his jump pack chaplain as kind of like a no-fly zone deterrent, because if the flyers were too aggressive, he can sort of pop out, fight twice, probably kill a couple of planes, and if you take 2 planes out of Conrad's list, it starts blunting it very quickly. The other thing is, except for the Scorpius, there's probably no really super juicy targets for Doom and Jinx, but the Scorpius is going to be in a back corner, so it's unlikely that he's going to be able to get Psychers within range to Doom and Jinx that easily. One other thing which I thought might be interesting in this game, I don't know if it'll be picked up on, as the Space Marine FAQ came out after list submission for this, they've said that they're using the FAQ from the Space Marine FAQ, but not the errata. So what that means is the White Scars Warlord trait Master of Snares, that means that could potentially stop planes from falling back still, which would auto-kill them. So I don't know if Josh will sort of realise that and pick up on it, but it's a possibility. So a really interesting game, and people here are labelling it as a bit of a first turn game, but I think the Eldar can stay away if they're going second, and I think Josh can hide and use his chaplain to deter the planes and keep them away. So I think they're both very good players. It's going to be interesting either way. So I'll send you back to Mikey, and I will endeavour to get you some interviews with the players before the game if I can. And during the game, if there's anyone who knows more about 40k than me, I'll try and pull them in for some sort of guest comments on how they think the game's going and give you a bit of a better insight. So back to Mikey.
So very obviously a reference to me there. I mean, it sounds like Tank's going to have to get me on the channel later just to talk about Warhammer, because I am obviously a pro when it comes to competitive. I did use the term TEQ and MEQ before.
You did,
which
right in my face. I couldn't believe it. It was very rude.
Everyone was very, very proud. There's lots of everybody in the hall down there. They're all in the middle of their turn. They all turn. Yeah. Yes. It knows the Warhammer.
So as I said, the game is going to be starting in about 15 minutes.
Yep.
So you're going to be with us for the next 15 minutes. We're going to be keeping you entertained, but it should be interesting. It should be very interesting. Joshua Def being a massive player in the US.
Yep.
He's super good at the game. He's been playing for a very long time.
Yeah, very skilled.
Conrad being the very first LGT winner. Back in the day, a couple of years ago, won the first LGT. Super good player, wins many events around the country, and travels the world as well to play these events.
He does.
So it's been dubbed. It's going to be the Song of Ice and Fire.
Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah.
The American versus the UK.
So essentially, what we're going to see is a matchup between 2 different schools of competitive Warhammer. Essentially, so. There's the European sort of math hammer, which is the ice in this metaphor. So that's based on you pick the most viable units that are going to do the most damage output to the most units, and it's all very mathsy and statistical. So that's how Conrad's kind of built his list. Yeah. Presumably, that's the kind of style that it is. Whilst Josh is kind of got one of these toolbox lists.
Yeah.
Where he has lots of little tools. It's similar to what Reese is using, similar to what Nick's using, where the lists...
Lots of tricks.
There's lots of tricks and stratagems and things in their toolbox, as they say.
Yeah.
And it's very, very situational. Arguably take more skill to play. That might be controversial. I think to be able to recognise the situations and what particular stratagems you've got to use, I think is more demanding rather than sort of like... Because if you're building a math hammer list, you're doing quite a lot of the work before the game, right?
Yep.
You're building a list purely to to use that.
The idea is you know what your unit would be able to do against certain targets.
Yeah,
Toughness
exactly.
8, infantry, toughness 4 stuff, double wound stuff, you know.
So it becomes a game of like maths and probability then, as opposed to a game of sort of like, I mean, it's still maths and probability always because it's Warhammer and we're using dice, but at the same time, right, it's got to be more tactical.
Yes.
If you're using stratagems and you've got to, oh well, he's moved there, so I've got to use this stratagem as opposed to Y stratagem.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how they fare.
Yes.
We've been a bit sort of up in the air about who we think. There have been different opinions in the team.
Yeah. I think he's going to, I said, as Tank mentioned, people are saying it's going to be a turn 1 game, but I think this could go to the long.
I mean, we saw that on the stream yesterday, didn't we, where we had Malik and Conrad's game, everyone written it off like, no, it'll be over, it'll be over.
Whoever goes first wins.
We were like, oh, Malik's
first.
gone first, oh, Conrad's lost.
GG.
Who's in the final?
Yeah, here he is.
Yeah, so
Won 2 games after that.
I think both of these players are skilled enough so that they can survive the dreaded first turn if they don't go first.
I'm sure they've been thinking about it all day, whilst also playing 3 more games. So it's the battle of fatigue as well.
Well, and they can also
battle it out
kind of
until the end?
test, because it's the same terrain, Mikey, so they can kind of test their strategies for tonight.
Exactly.
They'll be trying little things today to think, I could use that today.
These guys
That's another thing for my toolbox, right?
There you go. These guys are the most experienced players to play on this tournament setup, terrain setup in a tournament setting, like the LGT, because they've done it in the past 2 days.
Yeah.
They've played 7 games so far. So, which is super, super interesting. So you've got Conrad, lives in the UK. That is where Warhammer was born.
Yeah.
You've got Josh from the US, where ITC was born. So it'll be interesting to see.
2 great cities. We've got London versus New York, essentially.
Yeah, really good.
It'll be a very, very interesting game.
Yeah. So Josh was super cool on stream yesterday. Hopefully he's super cool today. Conrad was super cool on stream yesterday. Hopefully he's cool today. I'm sure they both will.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic game.
They're both
players
great
in high
guys.
spirits. Yeah. Both really, really in high spirits. So
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do.
Conrad's funny because Conrad, he never seems phased by anything, very steeled face.
It's the Centurion.
Yeah, he's just very much like taking everything in. Probably doing loads of maths in his head. There was like Excel spreadsheets flying through his head.
When did I write that down? What was the statistics of that shot that I was about to make?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was that one. Cool, I'll do it.
Whereas Josh is very much like fiery and quite. It literally fits this ice and fire. This battle of ice
This
and
is
fire
the Game of
metaphor
Thrones.
that we're throwing down your throats. It works, right?
Yeah.
We've got the fiery Josh, who's probably going to be all animated and jumping when he gets those rolls, etc. And you've got Conrad, who's ice cool all the time.
This is Jon Snow versus the Night King, but the battle you actually wanted to see.
They're both ice. It's Daenerys versus.
Oh damn. Okay.
We don't talk about after season 8.
Okay. Remember when there were dragons fighting? It was that one.
Remember when it was good, right?
It is the dragons fighting. It's the dragons then. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick message from our sponsors, Badmin Cafe. Thank you for helping making this stream a possibility. So we're going to take a quick message from them, and then we're going to make sure everything's ready to go, and hopefully we'll be ready to come back with the game. So we're going to need like 5
I will
minutes.
turn into a much slimmer, dark-haired version of myself.
And call yourself Toby.
Yep.
And change your voice and your
I'll
opinions.
disappear off somewhere and sit around the table and manage that.
So it's going to be me and Toby commentating. Danny and Elliot and Tank are going to be keeping an eye on the table, and Tank will be giving constant updates about exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
So join us and stay with us. Go and grab yourself a cuppa if you're in the UK. Grab yourself a cup of tea. If you're in the US, grab yourself a beer because it's afternoon.
Or a root beer.
A root beer. Grab yourself a root beer,
And beef
and we'll be
jerky.
back in a few.
We'll have crumpets.
Don't go anywhere. Don't even boil the kettle, because we're going to have an exclusive interview with Tank on Silky Cam with King Con. Is King Con ready? He's texting all his buddies. He's like, guess what, boys? I'm on TV. I'm going to be on TV. So let's cut to those right now.
Okay, I got a treat for you. I've managed to get one of the finalists, Konrad Bartiewickz, nailed the pronunciation again, or King Con as he's known. So we're going to ask him to give us a bit of an insight into how he thinks the game could potentially go down, what he thinks key things to look out for are, and what he thinks the game might hinge on. So, yeah, just give us your thoughts, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard game either way. So I know Josh has already played 2 players with planes. He's killed 4 planes turn 1 against Manny, which is crazy. And he's played another 6 planes and tabled that player as well. So he's got the hunters, which are really difficult. The intercessors, getting exploding 6s, getting 3 hits. So basically, it's a first turn thing, right? Have to get first turn, have to kill the Scorpius, and then pick up as many intercessors as possible. That's basically the strategy. Taking big game, recon, and probably mark for death.
Yeah.
Or actually headhunter. I'll do headhunter.
Yeah.
He's got like 6 or 7 characters.
Deters him from being aggressive with his characters.
Exactly. So keeps him scooped up, and then if I'm winning, I'm winning, and I can get pick up all the characters with the planes. Yeah, that's the plan. But gotta get turn 1.
You think
without turn 1, we'll see. You'll see.
Yeah.
It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah. Thanks, Conrad. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Look forward to watching you. And I'll speak to you later. Cheers, man.
So you heard it from the man himself. Oh, he's leaning on camera. This one's on now. So
don't worry about it.
We've got a slimmer, nicer looking Elliot. How you doing?
Oh, thanks. So, that's not very nice to Elliot.
No, he said it himself.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the
me
stream.
and Toby are going to be commentating over the game.
Yeah.
So as Conrad said it's going to be a first turn game.
I do not disagree with him.
I've said it's not going to be a first turn game. I think if Conrad goes first, I think there's lots of places for Josh to hide. They are using the Dawnwar deployment.
Yep.
There's all those nice L shapes, but if he blocks out the fly as well, then maybe he'll hide line of sight of some of the key characters like the Slaplin, who's going to come in. Master of Snares.
Has he got a jump? Oh, we've got the list here. I'm sure you've been over them already.
Yeah, so he's got
to jog my memory.
Slaplin with the jump pack and probably be able to take Master of Snares.
Well, I mean, we did see him against the game in the game against Nick. Yesterday. He was potentially a bit too aggressive with that Slaplin. Maybe he's learnt his lesson.
Maybe it'll
be just as aggressive this time.
Yeah. So there you go. So we are going to actually take a break now. We're going to take a quick ad break, and then we're going to come back with Game 5, the Invitational Final.
Big game. I'm excited. Are you excited, Mikey?
I'm super excited.
Yeah, pretty hyped.
I'm so good. So quick break while we just finish setting up. We've got another special treat for you. We just keep treating you because
it's like Christmas Day.
It's like Christmas Day. I'm thinking we've got to wait for the players, but how about a better, more qualified insight into the game?
Yeah.
From the coach himself.
None other.
Nick Nanavati.
Brilliant. Let's go.
Let's go and have a chat with him, with Tank, and see what he thinks about this game.
Hello again. Yep, we just heard from Conrad just now what his thoughts on this game were. We saw Nick going by and we thought it'd be interesting to get his insight into this game and what he thought would be the deciding factors and how he thinks it might go down and who you think will win.
Yeah.
So do your thing, man.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting matchup. I mean, they both brought very alpha striky armies. Whoever goes first is gonna have a huge advantage. I think Josh can handle going second a lot better than Conrad can, but it depends. If Josh just doesn't kill anything on his alpha, but he's gonna come in if Josh goes first with 4 melta guns that reroll a hit and wound roll. So that's probably like a dead plane right there. And then the 3 hunters with, again, a reroll, a hit, and a reroll, and it's probably another dead plane, to be honest. And 2 planes go down on turn 1. Conrad's going to really struggle to kill the hunters in return. And then, that can cascade really well into just a snowball effect. Also, he's got to watch out for that Smash Chaplain who can go nuts and whatever. Vice versa, Conrad goes first. He kills the hunters, or at least 2 of them or something. And, Josh doesn't land the alpha as well. He screens out from those melta guns, and all of a sudden, it's probably Conrad's game. So I think this is really 2 alpha striking armies going at it. So whoever goes first has got a huge advantage. And if Josh goes second, I think he's got enough ground stuff to have a game out of it. Whereas if Conrad goes second, his only hope is Josh just whiffs.
Yeah, there you have it. So before we go back to Mikey, if anyone would like to sort of milk Nick's knowledge and insight a bit more, would you like to tell the guys about your coaching services?
So I do 40K coaching and tactics and classes and all that stuff. I do it on a platform called Knights of the Game Table Pro. It's basically a Facebook group where it's only for private individuals like Tank. And I do 1 weekly live stream battle. So I'll play 2 competitive armies against each other with an opponent. And I will explain everything I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what I'm not doing, and why I'm not doing it. So you got the full picture of what's going on in my brain. Same for my opponent, whatever he's doing, why, whatever he's not doing and why. And we'll zoom in on close combats, see exactly how I pile in and stuff. I really want you guys to just learn through what I'm doing. I also teach 5 weekly classes, 1 on General 40K, 1 on Imperium, 1 on Chaos, 1 on Xenos, and 1 on Eldar. So you guys can ask whatever personal questions you have, and I'll happily just sit there and answer them. There's a live stream archive of all these videos. For the past 2 years I've been doing this, so just check it out whenever you want. And then I do lastly a weekly Meta Monday, so I review past weekend's tournament results, like the LGT, new Space Marines that just came out, new FAQ about to drop, and explain how that's going to impact the meta going forward for everybody. So if you're interested in that like high-level critical thinking in 40K, that's what you can get Knights of the Game Table Pro.
Oh, thanks, Nick. Yeah, check that out for sure. I'll hand you back to Mikey in a sec. If Nick stays around, we might try and grab him sort of mid-game for his view on how it's going so far. But yeah, back to Mikey and catch you soon. Cheers.
What's up, y'all?
There you go. Jay Smithy called it. Just pretty amazing.
Yeah, when we saw that comment, we were like slightly chuckling to ourselves. But
yeah, it was brilliant. So Salamander for rerolls. The reason being is the
Master
hunters,
Artisans.
it has Master Artisans.
Yeah,
as a
so
successor trait.
it's the way you create new Space Marine lists, right?
Yeah, it's similar to Salamanders. They call it Salamanders because that's what they used to have.
Yeah.
In the old codex, it's that as a success trait, but they also have a cover save level 12.
Yeah, that's from Stealthy, right?
So we've just been informed that Joshua Death is starting to arrive to the table.
Yep.
So we're just going to make sure all the players are ready to start setting up, etc.
Yep.
And then we'll be back with
the game, Mikey.
With the game.
With deployment, all the pre-game stuff.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere, folks.
So we are actually not going to come back on until the game starts.
Okay.
I'm just going to
That's a promise.
So
That's a promise.
Go and make a cuppa and grab a beer right now. So we'll be back in a few.
Yeah, cool.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Back, everybody.
Hello.
How are we all doing?
Welcome to the Invitational Final. This is the knockout, the final knockout. We currently have James, one of the head TOs, setting up the objectives for Conrad. King Con, number 13, there he is. So Conrad's setting up on this side, and Conrad has currently got first turn.
He does. That's massive. I mean,
That
we've
is
heard about the importance of the
absolutely huge.
pre-game from both Nitin and Avati, Conrad himself,
Yeah.
insight from the team. Everyone is fully aware of how important this first turn is.
Yeah.
What you'll probably see now is Conrad deploy in an aggressive way in order to counter what will inevitably be a defensive deployment from Josh.
Yeah. Bearing in mind that there is no seize roll, so Conrad is guaranteed
no seize roll.
first turn.
Imagine the safety in knowing that you are guaranteed first turn. Because when there's a siege, you're never really safe, are you?
No.
You're never really
There's
safe.
always that 1 in 6.
Yep. So, Mikey, just while Conrad's deploying his army, do you want to talk about the mission?
Yeah, so the mission today, shall we can have a look at the quick top down if we transition in there. So this is mission 5. It is
Yep.
Dawn of War deployment.
Yep.
And the mission is Precious Cargo.
Precious cargo, Mikey.
Yeah.
So
So,
what does that
obviously
mean?
this is ITC.
Yep.
It's kill 1, it's hold 1.
Yep.
It's kill more, it's hold more. We
Yep.
all know that. But the bonus in this mission
The bonus?
is both players will choose an objective in their deployment zone and move,
Yep.
well, choose an objective and move it 6 inches.
Yep.
And they're half the board.
Yep.
If your opponent holds that objective that you move,
Yep.
you will end up getting the bonus point.
With the bonus
So
point. That's got at
the
the end
bo-
of every player turn.
It is, yeah. So they're going to both choose an objective and going to move it before the game begins.
Yep.
So the players and the TOs are just organising the terrain while
Yep.
Conrad is deploying. The clocks have begun.
Yep.
The clocks have begun.
The clocks
so
are
we
in.
have started the game. So Conrad is currently just deploying, as you can see at the top. Apologies.
Josh is accidentally knocking the camera.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll get itself sorted out very, very shortly.
Hopefully that'll
You
be
can see the
okay.
chest lock on the table. You can see both ducks, Mikey. Both
see
ducks have
both
made a
ducks.
feature. If you don't know, don't
Ducking
ask.
hell.
If you don't know, don't ask.
Can you use a duck for cover? I think so, yes.
Okay, Mikey. So, I mean, you guys can see on screen already. We've got the secondaries up there for both players. We'll briefly talk through Conrad's secondary. So he's got a headhunter there, Mikey.
Yeah, kill some characters.
There's plenty of characters for him to kill. He spoke pre-game. I mean, you guys heard it. He wants to take headhunter because it prevents him from being aggressive with the characters.
Yeah. If he throws a chaplain in, or the slaplin, or
gonna be a head on
Father
the point.
Pain, and he dies.
Father Pain.
Yeah, that was dubbed on the stream. So
He's got the big game hunter. There's the free hunters and there's the repulsor.
yeah. So
Sorry, not no repulsor.
the hunters and the scorpions.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The Scorpius. Yeah, so there's the three big game hunters. Then obviously he's got recon, which is going to be relatively easy to do with
just
these
setting
flyers.
every corner of the board.
Yeah.
So Josh has gone for pick your poison.
Yep.
He chose the all-tap for Psyker,
Yep.
the Flyer.
No. It's the
sorry.
auto for just character, I think,
Okay.
because the auto not a psycho, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. My
Yeah.
apologies. Yeah.
And then for the flyer, he picked a Crimson Hunter Exarch. For a vehicle,
Yeah.
he picked another Crimson Hunter Exarch. So there's two Crimson Hunter Exarchs,
Yeah,
both
sure.
of which are high priority targets anyway. So killing them is going to be valuable.
He needs to kill
on
them to
two
win the
for,
game.
for sure.
Right.
And then and then the bikes for the bikers, because he's got a unit of 9 Wind Riders.
Yeah.
So he's got the character, the flyer, the bike, and the vehicle.
Yeah. I apologise for that. I was reading a note and I realised that was 2 different notes I was reading.
Yeah, it's cool. Don't worry. Valerie says, "I wish an auto was a psycho."
If only. If only.
So on top of Pick Your Poison, he's got Big Game Hunter as well, which will be available to be scored from all 3 Fire Prisms and 3 of the flyers that are not picked for Pick Your Poison.
Yep.
And then he's got Old School.
Nice.
Old School can be a trap though, Mikey.
Yeah. If you miss that first strike and you get big game hunter at the same time, you kill one big vehicle.
Yep.
You can take it for a big game. Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you can take it for first strike because you can't double up.
Yeah.
Which is big.
Yep.
Which is really big.
That's important. So he's not going to be able to target the high priority targets that he wants.
Yeah.
Which could be interesting. On top of that, the Warlock on foot in Conrad's list is his Warlord.
Yeah.
So just to make things super clear, should we run through the list quickly, Mikey?
Yeah. So we'll
So do you want to fire away with the Adeptus Astartes fitting?
We did quickly go over the list already, but
Brilliant.
we'll just run through very
For
quickly.
those guys that may have just tuned in with us.
Yep. So Josh has a battalion. It is a Crimson Fist detachment, a specialist detachment, Indomitus Crusaders, because
Yep.
the erratas are not being used. in this
Indomitus
event.
Crusader.
So he's a captain with 2 chainswords.
Yep.
And he has a Prime Arms Lieutenant with a bolt rifle, a Stalker bolt rifle. Then he has intercessors with Stalker bolt rifle, 2 units of 10 intercessors with bolt rifles, and power fists on the sergeants. They've got like 4 attacks each
Dope.
in a minute. More than likely if he makes them veterans, but you will be bolt rifling more
Yep.
than likely.
Yep.
Using the stratagem to use the Stalker bolt rifles as sniper rifles, which is
Uh-huh.
good. Then he's got the Supreme Command detachment of White Scars. He's got the Chaplain, the Slaplin with the Jump Pack, Combi Melter, Litany of Hate, and Mantra of Strength.
Yep.
Librarian in Phobos armor. I'm not sure if we've been updated about what powers he's gone for. Phobos is actually going to take Might of Heroes and Fury of the Ancients.
Yep.
And the one on bike is going to take Stormreaved and Ride the Wind. So Stormreaved is a White Scar specific power.
Yep.
Ignore Overwatch and do mortal wounds on the charge.
Yep. Ignoring Overwatch is going to be huge against those flyers.
Yep, and Ride the Wind, move again.
Yep.
So super
Very
good.
fast from the Librarian bike.
Yep. Go for it. Tank's going to give his quick update.
Yeah, quite just like an interesting little ditty, really. The players just realised just now that it being precious cargo of the mission, they each have an objective that moves.
Yep. So
they should have done it before this phase, really. Before deployment. However, as you just saw, Conrad moved one of his, the one with the rune with his scat bikes in.
Top right in on screen.
Yeah,
right now.
and very sort of classy by Josh. He said, I shouldn't really have known where your models were going to be before I picked mine.
Yeah.
So he said, I'll roll a d6 to see which one I move.
Wow. Okay, so there you go. Big, massive play from Josh.
Yeah.
Playing it in a the most sportsmanship play.
Yeah. I mean, even though this is the final of the Invitational at the LGT, we still have good...
He's not punishing anyone.
Exactly.
He's just saying, look, I wouldn't know, so let's just D3 it.
Yep.
So
it turns out to be maybe the one he wants anyway.
Yep, it has worked out a good one.
So being sporting pays off, folks.
Yep, so I
Remember
should say
that.
that the priority... are you ready for this, Toby?
Are you ready for this? Dun, 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 dun.
The priority objective...
Here we go. Here comes the coveted... Here we go, Mikey. No pressure.
I'm not drawing on the right screen.
You're not tapped into the pen. There we go. Cool.
There you go. So the priority objective for Josh is this one.
Yep.
I've just touched it with my finger. So I'll do it with my mouse.
We'll get there. We'll get there, folks. Don't worry
And the
about it.
priority for Conrad is this one.
Yeah, for sure. There we go.
There you go. We can draw on screen, boys. Draw on screen. Fantastic.
So you see that mirrored from both players. Obviously, Josh randomly determined his one, but these are the correct plays. As you can see, it's inside the L, so you stick a model in there, nice and safe, tucked away. Conrad has no ignoring line of sight, but Josh does, Mikey.
Yeah,
He's got that Relic Whirlwind Scorpius.
Yes, indeed.
The model that we spoke so much about over the course of this Invitational, and the LGT itself. They're so point efficient.
Yeah. Do you need ignore line of sight when you've got 5 flyers? You just move on the board.
Well,
if you get screened out, fair enough.
I mean, Josh is a good enough player to potentially move block them flyers from being able to get behind the back there, Mikey.
Yeah.
And that would be a problem because he wouldn't be able to get them off. I'm a little bit surprised that nobody's opted to take engineers. I understand why Conrad hasn't. I mean, engineers is quite easy to pick apart for a flyer list.
Yeah.
But because of where the important objective is, you can almost stop the flyers from being able to land anywhere near, which would be great. And it also means that Conrad has to potentially shoot low priority targets just to get to those engineers, which could be incredibly vital.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be tough in this game to he's got to hide those units and also kill the Scorpion so they don't get wiped.
Yeah, exactly.
One mode.
Moving Tyranid says this is what we want to see, a true bro. Absolutely.
True bro. Joshua Death has been an absolute legend all weekend on stream, all weekend in his games. And you can see there he is. We've got a bit of crowd gathering. We've got all around. We can only see one side of the crowd. It's actually the quietest side of the crowd. Straight in front of us is just a massive crowd just watching.
Yep.
Everyone's cheering. I think there's about 3,000 people watching right now, in person. There's not really, but there you go.
There's not.
No.
There's not. It's close though,
So,
but not quite. We've got some TOs at the table as well, which is good. Makes things nice and smooth. Obviously, I have the chess clock on the table as well.
Yeah.
Both of these players were quite amicable before the game. I think they're actually friends, Mikey. So the environment on the table is great anyway.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see all the action on various different camera angles. which is
surprising
great.
that they're so nice to each other. Bearing in mind, one is dubbed King Con, and the other one is called Joshua Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both pretty
Together,
imposing names.
King Death.
Just got an update from the table from Danny.
What a head ref with beer in his hand. Yeah, everyone needs to be refreshed. It's late at night, it's been a long day. But we're going to have Zaki's just doing an update for the rest of the players, but then Zaki's going to be at the table as well. So, can we get over to see the deployment? Of course, yeah. Here it is. There it is. There's the overhead.
Okay, so obviously we've seen that Josh hasn't begun to deploy yet. Conrad, it looks like he's almost finished his deployment there.
Yeah.
He's got one Fibrism on top of the hill. What are those models in front of the hill? Danny, can you just confirm that for me? The 2 models in front of the hill.
Imagine they are. They look like characters.
They look like characters on bikes, don't they?
Yeah.
3. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be the Autark on bike, the Warlock on bike, and the Farseer on bike in front of that hill there, Mikey.
Interesting.
It makes sense. Conrad knows he's going first, so they're not going to be able to get shot.
Yeah, this is true. I was just thinking,
And
he's
he's going to be able to be aggressive. So look at this, Mikey.
Yeah.
We see the hunters going on the hill.
Yeah.
So he's opting not to put them out of line of sight.
Yeah, that's really strange.
What if you can draw a line, Mikey? If you can imagine a line 20 inches in front of those planes.
Yeah.
What we could quite feasibly see is Conrad dance around in what's called a vector dance, basically. And now he knows he can target those those hunters from wherever he is, because they're not going to be out of line of sight. You could quite easily see Conrad make a massive line 20 inches in front of his deployment zone and just screen out everything that can come towards him with the flyers.
Yeah.
This is certainly something that I would do. So they all move 20 inches forward, and then they all pivot, Mikey, and then basically all 5 of those flyers can just dance around 20 inches in front of the back line of his board.
Yeah.
And it completely prevents anything getting inside Conrad's deployment zone, which could make things incredibly safe for him. The drop pod, for example, I'm sure Conrad will have taken that into consideration. Obviously, we saw that catch Nick Nanavati out yesterday.
It certainly did.
Because people just forget that drop pods are good.
Yeah, they are pretty good. Especially being able to come down turn 1.
Yeah, for sure. So that could be something that Conrad is feasibly planning. It remains to be seen what will happen. But obviously, he wants to stay outside of that 12-inch gap to make sure his flies are a -2 to hit permanently, Mikey. Yeah. And obviously, for the 2CP, they can be -3 to hit.
Yeah. So, I mean, Conrad is just gonna. I'm wondering what he's gonna alpha, because obviously these pieces of terrain.
Yep.
Get my mouse over in the right place. These pieces of terrain are Katniss Hills, so that's why they can set vehicles up on there. They don't provide any cover, but the thing is with this is Josh's hunters.
Yep.
They are hunters, aren't they?
Yeah, they are hunters. 100% hunters.
Have stealthy.
Yeah.
So Conrad, they are going to have a cover save. They're
So
going
to have a 2+ save.
2+ save if Conrad stays in his back line, which means he'll get a save against all of his shots.
Yep.
I mean, it might be only a 6 up, it might only be a 5 up, but it's still
Yeah,
a
so
save.
the trade-off is you have to take stealthy and wear that.
Yeah.
But you also get your -2 to hit with ally top.
Yeah, this is true.
So it depends which one Conrad wants to go for.
Yeah.
If he plays
Personally-
aggressive, he gets inside of that 12-inch stealthy range. Oh, so you do actually see here, guys, probably based on what we were saying. Obviously, they haven't heard us from here because we are quite far away.
We're in the commentator box. aren't
Exactly. So they can't hear us. Maybe Josh has realised himself that putting them on the hill exposes himself a little bit too much. Because now it prevents... See, initially, if they were in the middle, there is no detriment to Conrad being in the top right-hand corner of the screen that you guys see.
Yeah.
But now by doing this, it kind of creates an issue for Conrad that he has to play against. This is definitely the right idea from Josh.
So obviously the Exiles have 36-inch range with the Star Cannon, so they need to hover around here now. They need to come out. So we wonder how Josh is going to deal with that. It's interesting. Into the minds of the competitive.
Yeah, into the minds of the competitive players. Maybe I called it before it happened, Mikey. You know.
Maybe you did.
I'm the Messiah.
Yeah. So we are far away. They can't hear us. There's quite a crowd around them as well, chatting. So.
Again, in the theme of the spirit of what we're watching, Mikey. Conrad didn't say, "Sorry, dude, you put the models down now. You're gonna have to move them." So Josh is perfectly allowed to do that because you deploy your army all at once.
Yeah.
So it's not model by model. If it was model by model, there could be an argument to say, hang on a second, Josh, you put them there. That's your fault. They say in chess. So you put your whole army down at once, and it all drops simultaneously. So you're more than welcome to move the models. Yeah.
Obviously, both players are on a clock.
Both players are on a clock.
Death has
We've got a 3-hour game. They've got an hour and a half each.
Yeah.
Both of these players are very experienced with their armies. There's no way that this is going to run out of time.
I'd also say a massive thank you to everyone tuning at home. This is the Invitational Knockout Final. This is the final, the decider of the Invitational players. There was 32 players in the event yesterday, battling it out to become for fame and glory. Yeah, and one of these players is going to be taking that.
The Invitational champion, Mikey.
Unless there's a draw, that would be quite weird.
Yeah, so we started yesterday at 10 a.m. with 32 players jousting it out, Mikey.
So
32 were the best.
Riding in, trying to take each other out.
32 were the best and most coveted 40k players in the world. We saw a variety of different armies. We saw 209 plague bearers. We saw today, actually, not in the Invitational, but we did see James Ramsey with 70 intercessors. 93
on Facebook.
Here it is. 93 Primaris Marines. On top of that, we saw plenty of Eldar flyers, plenty of Imperial Soup, and lots of GSC.
Yeah, we did. So
lots of good armies here.
Joshua's toolbox Space Marine list, being able to have tricks in every corner, and then obviously Conrad's tried and tested delay top list.
Took the slap plin in with the vehicles just so it's like a no fly zone.
Yeah. So what we've actually seen from Josh's deployment, we've just got an update from the table, is took the chaplain.
The slapping.
Inside sort of the area where the hunters are.
So around this area.
Almost creating like an area 52 no-fly zone.
Area 52. Area 52, not Area
51. 52 is on the Warcraft.
That's next door, I think.
So it's like the Bermuda Triangle over there, Mikey.
Yeah.
You can't fly over there because the slapling will literally slap you.
He will get you.
And you can quite easily kill a plane. Those guys are no slouches anymore.
Yeah.
It's like the new Smash Captain, but
slapped.
The litanies make them so good. And I think we actually saw the litanies written down. So Mantra of Strength, which I think that is the +1 to wound, is it?
Yeah, do you want me to have a look?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mikey is Mr. Space Marine.
So I don't actually own. I own chaplains, but they're not painted. So there you go. I've used a chaplain.
You're definitely going to be getting them out, though, right?
Oh yeah. I'm going to buy some hunters.
Yeah, buddy.
Great. Are you sure about time? 3 hours playtime. It's always 9 p.m. Closed at 11:30 last night, didn't it?
We're sure about the time.
Yeah, well, that's what the TOs have decided.
Yep.
It's not up to us.
Yep.
We're here to tell you what's happening in the game.
Yep.
If anything controversy does happen, then you'll know.
The TO started the clock themselves.
Yeah, the TO said
The
this is
players
how long
didn't start the
you've got.
clock. Nobody else started the clock. The TOs did that.
So it's not up to us.
Yep.
Honestly, we don't care.
We really don't
We're
care.
here to bring you the game.
We're here to look at stuff and tell you about the stuff we're looking at in the simplest of terms, guys.
Yeah.
So mantra of strength.
Mantra of strength. If this litany is inspiring, so does it go off? Add one to this
If
model's
he shouts
attack
loud enough.
and strength characteristics, and add one to damage characteristics of melee weapons this model is equipped with. So Millhouse Warhammer 40K, thank you very much for the sub, dude. Really appreciate it. It's Twitch. He's subscribed with Twitch Prime 4 months in a row.
So during Joshua's deployment, Mikey, we can still see him deploying. He's not quite finished yet. You see the Venerable Dread in line of sight. Maybe not out in line of sight, but definitely in the open, just behind that Relic Worm and Scorpius underneath.
Creeping around that building corner.
Venerable Dreads are really good because I think this is inside the Master Artisan detachment as well.
It certainly is.
So
that's what's letting
he's
him
going
get
to
the
get a real to
Whirlwind
hit
Scorpius in the detachment.
Real to hit and win with the last cannon.
It's not got last cannons.
Missile launcher. Oh, is it
It's
twin
got
auto
auto
cannons?
cannons, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
There you go.
I stand corrected.
Apologies.
I am but a noob. Anyway, what you do see, guys, is all these intercessors being behind the hunters, Mikey. I don't know if this will create a problem for Joshua because he's so penned in.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Fortunately, he's going to be on his on the objective Conrad wants to get on. I mean, it's very unlikely Conrad's going to be there unless he's already winning the game.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have anything tanky enough to get there.
No, exactly. He's got to rely on the flights to clear up.
So Josh has picked secondaries that will kind of promote a cagier gameplay.
Yeah.
Because for Picky Poison, obviously, he's only got to kill 4 different models, granted. But 4 models. You can see tanks coveted silkies in shot there, folks. The question is, are they short enough? The answer is definitely yes. The amount of times I've almost seen something poking out when he sits down in front of me is pretty scary. So yeah, as I was saying, guys, Josh just picked secondaries that kind of promote a cagier, safer gameplay. Pick your poison, kill 4 models. Big Game Hunter again, kill the stuff that's going to come at him. And old school, sit tight, hope for the best. So we need to get Slay the Warlord, we need to get First Strike, we need to get Final Strike, and we need to get Linebreaker. Linebreaker might be an issue, but obviously, as you guys know, that drop pod can come in turn 6, Mikey.
It certainly could.
So getting that in there is not going to be a problem. I've actually just seen that Josh puts the drop pod to the side of the table. That's in reserve. Inside there, we've got those Melter Gun Tactical Marines, the same strategy that we saw against Alex Harrison.
Yeah. Alex Chaos, thank you very much for following.
And there goes the second squad.
As you can see, this is what Conrad can see from his main bunker of stuff in the corner, where his priority objective is.
Yep.
This is what he can see in return. So you can see the Scorpius. So you can see the Hunter, which is here. So that's Hunter. And Ogden Zauman, thank you very much for following. He's blocking my view now. So you can see the Hunter, we've got the Dreadnought here. We've got all the Intercessor back here, and then we've got Hunter.
Here we go, folks. We're into Conrad's movement phase.
Okay, let's get on top now.
So Josh actually has some really interesting way that he plays with the cards. So he actually has card, are they called card holders? Or card
sleeves.
Card sleeves. Yeah. And he has card sleeves that are colour coordinated to the bases of his librarians, of his detachments, to make it very, very clear for his opponent.
And who's got what?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Who can cast what?
So, for example, here's a librarian with a yellow base, a little bit of yellow paint on the base, and he has yellow card sleeves for his psychic powers.
Nice.
It makes things easier for himself, for his opponent, and there's just no quibbles or quabbles.
Yeah, exactly.
Tanks short shorts. Why? It's not 1980 anymore.
Yeah.
You will never be able to dissuade Tank from wearing those short shorts. Yeah. Believe me, we have tried. It's a trademark.
I'm just curious if Danny can inform us whereabouts the Relic Scorpius is, because you can see the 3 Hunters. Is the Scorpius
I think
in
that's,
that L shape?
Yeah, I think that's the one tucked right in the corner there, Mikey. Obviously, that doesn't need line of sight.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Danny, if you can hear me, if you could just confirm where the Relic Whirlwind Scorpius is, if you could just point to it on the stream. Is he tucked in the corner in that L? Yeah, exactly.
He's right there. So the Scorpius is there. I thought it was. I just wanted to confirm before I said so.
Makes perfect sense.
So
just to confirm, guys, we've got the drop pod in reserve from Joshua Death. Inside that, we have 2 tactical squads, both of which have the Combi Melter and a Melter Gun.
Combi Melter, yeah.
2 metals.
Yeah, and the Master Artisans.
Yeah.
So they can reroll a hit and a wound. So.
Measuring out maximum possible charge range of stock.
Okay, so you see Conrad here putting the dice down. He's just gauging the maximum, the best case scenario movement of the Slapland. I hope he's taking into account the double move. Is that a power that librarian can cast on somebody else or just himself?
I believe you can cast on somebody else, but you can't charge if you do that.
Okay, so that is largely irrelevant.
However, he has white scars, so he will have a stratagem where he can advance and charge for 1 CP.
He can't charge Mikey, but he can be within 1 inch and heroically intervene in.
Yeah, but obviously... Yeah. So it's got a 30-inch threat range because he moves 6. Moves 12, sorry. Advances 6.
Yep.
And then it can charge 12 inches. Yeah.
That's the perfect storm, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that might not happen.
So Conrad is laying out some dice and laying out the where he can land his planes without getting counter.
So here we go, we're moving.
So the first 2 planes have moved.
Very aggressively.
Yeah.
Very aggressive. I mean, like you see the dice there, folks, on top of that hill. Conrad knows he's safe in the knowledge that they cannot be hurt by that slapling.
And obviously, Master of Snares is in play in the old way. So if he gets
like
into combat
explained,
with them, they can't leave on a 4+, and if they can't leave, they boom.
Yep.
Boosh.
Is Master of Snares on the chaplain?
I believe it is. If it's not, then we're just talking rubbish.
There's nothing that says it here on the sheet we have.
Okay. Well, there you go. Maybe he's not gone for it.
Maybe it's too aggressive.
Yeah.
Too much of a. Is he a White Scar successor?
Marines, not 10 squads.
No, isn't it?
Drawing task,
So
yes.
he has an Imperial Fist detachment,
Yeah.
which is Crimson Fist, sorry, and that's the Indomitus Crusaders.
Yep.
And then he has
Command of White
and then he has a
Scars.
Supreme Command White Scars, and then he has a Imperial Fist successor detachment, which is Master Artisan and Stealthy.
Yeah, so obviously the chaplain has Mantra of Strength, which is +1 strength and damage.
Yep.
So basically what this Supreme Command is, it's basically, it's Fusion Ha of the chaplain. So the librarians are there to the librarians are there to superpower the chaplain.
Yeah.
And use the litanies and all
Kamehameha.
the powers, the Kamehameha strike. It's Triforce attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Valeria, yes, they have ruled that you can't stop a flyer, but that FAQ is not in play here.
Yeah.
So we'll just make that super clear.
It was released too late.
Yeah,
So any
exactly.
erratas are not being used, but questions are being used.
Yeah,
So
so-
anything that physically changes rule is not being used.
Yeah, so I'm glad we cleared that one up for you there, Valerie. Just want to say thank you to everyone tuning in.
Yeah.
I appreciate it's late on a Saturday evening. For those guys in America, it's not that late.
No, it's the late afternoon.
It's the
so
late
get yourself
afternoon,
a
so
beer,
perfect
bro.
time.
Yeah, I'm having a beer. You having a beer? You good?
I've got a beer.
We don't drink on stream.
Yeah, we don't drink on stream. That's against TOC. Shh. Ducky Dave says, have we sold all those beautiful dice yet, Mikey? Essentially, we have. There's very few
Not
left.
got a lot left.
Very few left.
So you guys can see there's a bit more of a crowd gathering. It's still Conrad's movement phase. You can see the flyers. You can see that fire prism. This one here.
On top of the hill.
On top of that building. I mean, look at the line of sight it has there.
Dun, 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 dun. And interestingly, Mikey, you see what Conrad's done is he's put one out in the open with line of sight, and you link fire. You can fire through the one that is in line of sight. The other two don't need line of sight.
Yep.
So he puts 2 nice and safe. They can only be hit by the Relic Whirlwind Scorpius. They are not going to be shot by the Relic Whirlwind Scorpius should have fought. I think the Scorpius should go for the bikes at least first. Conrad's going to try and hide the bikes, but the Scorpius can shoot 3 times.
Yep.
Flat 2 damage, strength 6. It's wounding them bikes on freeze and it's killing the bikes every time one goes through.
-2, but on Devastated Doctrine it'll be -3.
-3.
-1.
So that's going to give them a 6-up
and
save.
the Hunters will
Mikey.
be -4.
But the Wind Riders have a 4-up save base or 3+ save? Because I know Shining Spears have
4+, I think.
So they're not going to get saved, Mikey.
No.
Every single wound that goes through is a dead bike.
Yep. And it can shoot 3 times.
That's providing Conrad doesn't cast Protect, in which case he'll have a 6-up save.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got Fire Prism chilling here.
Alex says the duck has an aura of -3 to hit. They don't, but they do have auras of -2 to charge because they're inside craters.
Yeah, while they're in the craters, -2 charge.
Yep.
So we have King Con from Dice Down. We have Alex Petford watching, and Malik Amin Rubio. All very good players, all watching. But Alex Petford is the guy. This guy is using the 207 Plague Bearers.
he's a nasty guy.
There he is. Put the name to face.
So we're still in Conrad's movement phase now, guys. If you want to just quickly nip down
I'm
to the,
about to. I'm
back to the
gonna
top down.
Going to the top down.
You see Air Force Con over there,
Oh,
at
there
the
we
bottom
go.
of your screen, in your objective 4.
Oh.
We'll just keep throwing the Heathrow Airport meme at you guys.
Yeah. It's
Or the Gatwick, Stansted, whichever one. There's still one flyer in the top left of our screen that you guys can see that hasn't moved yet. I'm sure that will be moved momentarily. Conrad's just weighing up his options.
Certainly does. So here you go. The characters are moving in now.
Yep.
And this is before the final flyer.
So you see the dice Conrad's putting out here is essentially marking out the max distance he can get to cast Doom, to cast Jinx. Possibly not Jinx, because Jinx is 18-inch range. That might expose the character too much. There is nothing that's going to be in the way here to screen these characters unless the plane flies over. But killing one plane is not going to be that much of a problem. If the plane flies over, you can already tell that will be in range of the slap plane.
Yeah.
If that goes in front of the character. So I'm not entirely sure what the plan is with Conrad here.
Maybe it's the
he's noted,
chaplain out.
maybe he's noted that Josh doesn't have Headhunter. So if he kills some characters, it's not the end of the world. He's going to keep his Warlock back.
Yeah.
So he's not going to get old school that way.
Valerie's pointed out this Warlock on bike could be sacrificial.
That's not a Warlock, that's an Autark.
It's an Autark. Sorry.
But he does have a Banshee mask.
Yeah, so denies Overwatch.
So the plan could be, I don't know if Conrad has Quicken. No, he actually has Doom, Jinx, Guard, Protect, but the plan could have been Quicken that attack with the Banshee Mask, and then tag two Hunters. And that's 2 out of the game that he doesn't need to kill. Yeah. Because they can't fall back and shoot. So that could have been a ploy that Conrad maybe could have thought of. The attack with the Banshee Mask, where he is now, he'd get another 16-inch move. He could charge. It doesn't matter where he charges from, he can't be Overwatch. Tags 2 Hunters, those 2 Hunters are out of the game.
I mean, a bit of a gap here, he could have just landed there.
I mean, he could have tagged loads of stuff. I mean, he would have got beaten to death by the Indomitous Crusaders.
Yeah, probably. But it's always an option.
Yeah, for sure. I think that should have been a play Conrad should have considered. Maybe a bit of an oversight. Maybe that's too aggressive. But in Dawn of War, moving 32 inches with a single bike and being able to charge, that's something not to be sniffed at because it's almost a guaranteed charge. Yeah. If you deploy that attack 12 inches up, knowing you're going first, 32 plus 12 is 44. The maximum distance you can be away is 48 inches. And that's if you are a millimeter model. Because the gap of the board from that way down is 48 inches.
Exactly.
So the charge is almost guaranteed. So that might have been something that Conrad should have considered. I mean, you do have to choose your psychic powers before the game begins. So Conrad doesn't know if he's going first, right?
No.
So that's why he probably hasn't taken Quicken.
It makes sense, and it's also it's kind of limited to what you can use on the characters.
Well, I mean, it's also a good play as well because
on the Wind Riders as well.
Josh will be fully aware that he has to deal with that attack, or that attack is then going to attack the Hunters anyway.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a distraction play. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so if the Chaplain jumps out, that's fine because he'll kill the Chaplain in return. And if he doesn't, he's going to have to shoot something at it. Those Intercessors are not going to be able to water past those Hunters.
No, the Hunters don't want to move.
Exactly. He's kind of trapped himself in there. I mean, the attack obviously has fly, so he's going to get a +1 to hit against it. But it's only a -1 to hit anyway, so he's just going to be hitting on his regular modifier.
It's very interesting to watch. I mean, trying to bait him out is a very interesting play.
I mean, it's not just going to bait him out in the sense that the Chaplain will come out, Mike. He's going to have to shoot something that's not shooting a flyer.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Conrad is fully aware that the power of his list lies in the mobility and the flexibility of the flyers that he gives himself by giving other valuable targets to shoot at.
Yeah. So, Tank's going to give us a quick update, just to give you some info from the table.
Can we confirm that psychic powers 40Ks? Yes, we can. We have Doom and Guide on the Farseer. We have Jinx, Protect on both the Warlocks.
Yeah.
I was just sort of whispering to Malik Rubio, who's also watching. He thinks the play that Conrad's going for with the Autark is to try and tag the Relic Scorpius through the wall.
Interesting.
That's good. It looks like it might be more than 12 inches just looking at it from here, though.
I think it's within 12, but
within 12, so it'll be a big charge regardless. Like I said, you can't really rely on Quicken because you have to take the psychic powers before the games. So all the fire prisms have line of sight to each other, which has just been confirmed from the table. So they definitely will be linking fire, Mikey.
Yeah, exactly. No, so nothing's going to be overhanging the table. We can confirm.
So
that
we've got Seer Council Pot, Mikey.
Yeah, okay.
That's just gonna help them be a little bit more reliable.
Yeah. So what's being cast?
This is Protect.
Okay. And who's it going on? The Autark?
I would imagine so. We'll wait to see for a little different from the table.
like recon, and if he gets the charge, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
So Guide on the plane. There is 5 planes though. Do you know which plane is going on?
I imagine it's the one closest because that's where the characters are. The characters are located just at the top here.
So Conrad's obviously deployed its characters with psychic powers in such a way where they can't be denied as well, Mikey. That's really, really important.
Yeah. So he just gets free reign of casting these powers.
Yep. I can't see from the table, so an update would be great, but it doesn't look like he's in range of Doom for anybody.
No. It doesn't look
like so we've just heard from the table he does have Quicken, Mikey.
He does have Quicken.
Yeah, so what we're going to see now is, you see the measuring here, Conrad is going to be able to move that, so the play that I was talking about is going to pay off, and that's going to be huge.
So it looks like one of the Warlocks has Protect and Jinx.
Yeah, and the other one will have Quicken
and Restrain,
yeah. So that looks like it's been successful, that's why we did the Seer Council, and he's definitely going to be able to tag that Relic Will and Scorpius, Mikey.
Boss.
That's going to be huge.
It is.
He's
gone straight over.
He's gone behind.
Yeah. So he does have, he is a Samhan Autark.
Yep.
So if he advances, he can use, is it TCP to advance a charge?
Interestingly, you have to use it at the start of the movement phase.
You use it as you advance. It's not at the start of the movement phase,
okay.
It's as you advance.
Okay, so has he used it?
He just advanced.
He might not need to if he quickens. So he's advanced. So we'll wait to see if he uses the stratagem from Danny at the table. But if he doesn't, that could be something that Josh could say, hang on a second, bro.
Controversial.
And this is exactly what happened in the LVO. This is exactly what happened in the LVO.
1 CP, there you go, Valerie.
Danny, can you just let me know? Did that Autark on bike advance?
Or did it just move? It did move 16. It's moved 32 inches this turn, potentially. It is difficult to see the distance from the top down, so...
Yeah.
Do we know how far the Autark moved?
So the half damage stratagem has been done.
Okay. On the Dreadnought.
It's got to be used on the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
So it looks like that it's been targeted by a flyer, which is an interesting decision.
It's a toughness 7 body. It's 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot more shots than the Hunter, so maybe Conrad's just relying on the Hunters just to miss.
And damage 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the Hunter's a toughness 8 with 11 wounds.
Yep.
But the Dreadnought is totally toughness 7. So it's going to be 3s to wound instead of 4s.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
makes the statistics, it's math hammering much more on his side.
So Danny's not got an opportunity to ask if the attack on bike advanced just yet, Mikey.
Okay.
He'll find out that very, very shortly. If you were Conrad, would you have done what he did? Or would you have just tagged that Relic Whirlwind Scorpius and left it there? Maybe, we can't see this, but maybe there's characters arranged to heroically intervene inside the wall, which could have been a deterrent. Because if his attack dies, that's just a kill for free, right? So it's probably not worth it.
It's a free kill.
Danny, can you hear me from the table, Danny? Can you just get into the L where the Relic Whirlwind Scorpius is and see if there's any characters in range to heroically intervene if Conrad went to the side of the...
Just do it. Just tell us with
quickly
your
have a
head,
look.
yes or no. Is there many characters near there? But Danny's
Are any of them in range to heroically intervene, Danny?
If that Dreadnought blows up, it could get messy with everything so tight.
So Danny just moved away from the table just to make sure the players don't hear what we're talking about. It looks like the Librarian on bike is in range to heroically intervene through the wall.
Okay, so he doesn't want to be combat.
He just doesn't want to die. That makes sense. Makes perfect sense. You can see Conrad weighing up his options now. It looks like we've had one plane shoot from the table. Has any damage been dealt by the one plane that shot, Danny?
Yeah. Here we go. Going to be able to see both players.
No, not really.
There they are. The finalists going in. Conrad he's thinking about what
Did he use the stratagem to advance and charge from Sam Han? Don't ask because it's important if he didn't. It looks like he's not been played, that stratagem, Mikey.
So how many CP does Conrad have remaining? Because I remember he turned his dial during the movement phase.
Down to 8 CP.
So he has used some
No, but
strategies.
it's 2 CP for the Sea Council. Oh, it's one. Is
It's
it
one
for the-
CP for the Seeing Council.
Okay.
And then when he moved the autark, I saw him spin his dial.
Brilliant.
So I believe he's
Great.
probably used that.
That would be stressful if he did forget
Conrad
to do that.
is down to 8 CP.
Cool.
So he has spent 2. So I imagine he's used that stratagem so he can advance and charge.
Brilliant.
I'm sure if he charges and doesn't use any other stratagems, then that's why.
Okay, let me just...
So yeah, so we're just in the shooting phase. Looks like we're going to take a couple of saves from Josh, which means past all his saves. So yeah, it's interesting. Can Conrad do enough damage to that Dreadnought? So he's got 3 toughness 8 hunters to shoot, and then a venerable Dreadnought. There's only
Can't confirm that Warriors of the Raging Winds, Mikey. There's
Yeah.
only one command point.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, toughness 8 or toughness 7 that's half damage, which is really, really, really tough to go through.
Okay, so I've actually just said from the table that the judges are not aware if he uses strategy. I'm sure the players themselves know. We'll find out when we get into the fight phase, or the charge phase at least.
So
Players at table side, confused about what his players with autark popping it over the back.
So we've just heard from the table as well, just from some of the stream team that's talking to the players outside of the arena that we're playing in. They're not entirely sure what the plan is with the autark. I'm sure we'll find out. But maybe he's just playing cautiously. Like we said, the librarian can heroically intervene through that wall if he tags over the Scorpius.
yeah, maybe the Scorpius is more than 1 inch away.
That's
so we'll be able to
another
challenge
good
through
spot
the
by
wall.
Naomisis. I'm sure that's something that Josh would take into consideration, being the caliber of player he is.
Yep.
But maybe you
exactly.
should just gone for the easy tag on the Hunters, Mikey, because
Okay.
maybe you can just see the easy tag from the Hunters. I mean, there's no way he's going to be heroically intervened. You can already tell there's not going to be a character within 3 if he tags the Hunter on the left.
This one.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't value the Hunter's damage. Not that one, Mikey. Sorry, the other one. That's the one on the right. So the 2 on the left there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of because of the length of the Hunter, you can tell that there's not going to be any characters within 3 inches.
Yeah.
So they won't be heroically intervened into.
I mean, he has got through 4 of the big games yesterday. He's got through another 3 games today. There's got to be a reason why.
Is this Josh, sorry? Or Conrad?
Conrad, there's got to be a
Yeah, I
reason
mean,
why he's
there has to
playing
be.
with that autark.
He's played 7 games of Warhammer 40K so far against 7 very competitive opponents.
Yeah, looks like
and
just
it
checking
is-
line of sight for the Crimson Hunters. As they're quite a crowd gathering now.
So they're just checking line of sight from Air Force 1.
Yeah, Air Force 1. From Gatwick, they can see a couple of the units.
We're just getting a judge line of sight call.
Yeah, here we go. One of the head judges.
So it looks like Conrad's actually looking for line of sight against the intercessors.
Okay.
It could be an interesting play. I mean, it really neuters Josh's ability to score points if he does kill all the intercessors.
It also clears gaps.
For sure.
Also clears gaps.
And it also stops the autark getting punched to death. So maybe the plan for Conrad, I'll say this quietly in case he hears me, clear out all the intercessors with the planes, Mikey.
Yeah.
If they're in range. I mean, it looks like they are, because 24 is half of the table, 36 is 3/4, so it's definitely going to be in range with those flyers. Clear out all those intercessors, and then tag all the tanks, because there's no way he's going to get hurt from that.
Yeah. Quick update from tank. There's 5 intercessors just sat here.
And then trying to see if Conrad wants line of sight to put them.
Okay. So. Okay, so basically,
So
what I think the players. Oh, controversial water bottle on the table.
The judge actually ruled it in favour of Joshua with death, whereby Conrad could not see those intercessors with some of the planes.
So the intercessors will be blocking the relic Scorpius, so he cannot tag it in combat.
So the planes have started opening fire into the intercessors. 2 intercessors dead so far, Mike.
Into this unit at the
Yeah.
back.
I think it's players to try and kill these and then trap the whirlwind against them.
Okay. Okay, so again, if I don't know if you heard that, we'll just repeat. So what Conrad wants to do is kill these intercessors, which are denying the charge with the autarch, and then the autarch would charge over this stuff into the whirlwind.
Yep.
And then that whirlwind would be stuck, meaning his autarch can't get shot.
True.
But also denies that whirlwind moving.
Yeah. I mean,
He would be trapped up against
there's 2 smites available. So the autarch has 6 wounds on the bite. So there's a potential that he could die to that. He's not going to be in range to deny. So it is a little bit of a risky play in that regard.
Yeah.
But having said that, is it likely 2 seconds are going to do 6 mortal wounds from 2 smites?
It's not really.
The librarians are kind of limited into how many powers they can cast, so it kind of stays away from the ability to cast the buffing powers quite so freely.
Yeah. There's nothing controversial about that water bottle. It's a solid weapon. Kill switch. How you doing, man? Watch for nudges, guys. It's not slot machine, it's 40k. So anything to do with nudges is nothing to do with us.
Guys, I just want to confirm that there was 2 TOs at the table. There will be no issues with nudges whatsoever.
Yeah.
So please don't worry about that.
I would show you the 2 players discussing, but the 2 TOs are in the way.
Yeah.
So let's just have a look at the side view. So there you go. We tried the Crimson Hunters all there.
So there's just a little bit of a discussion about which planes have actually fired.
Okay.
I know. In the previous game I watched with Conrad.
We're going to get an update from Elliot exactly what's happened with that discussion.
Okay, so what you'll probably see, what I've seen Conrad do in previous games, he puts a dice on a plane that's fired.
Okay.
Maybe he's forgot to do that with the build up and maybe the stress of this game.
Lots of lights, lots of crowns.
Well,
and,
just questioning things. I mean, both players are obligated to question each other if they're not sure what's going on, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing heated, there's no aggression, it's just simple questioning.
We're getting a clean game. That's
Yeah,
what we want. And
that's
that's
cool. I mean, like we said, there's 2 TOs there, so any issues, if there are any, will be covered up.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
So again, we're just confirming line of sight from these planes. Very cagey game so far, Mikey.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to get given for free. No players are going to make mistakes. It's going to be cagey.
I hope not.
Obviously, we've still got the fire prisons left to fire.
Oh, God.
I've heard from the table that they will be link firing. Obviously, that's not confirmed yet. You can do that at any point.
Yeah. As Imperial Knight proxies is the water ball, indeed. Indeed.
The memes are strong.
Yeah. So we are keeping our voices down. It has gone a little bit quiet.
It has. It's very somber, isn't it, the mood?
So we're talking nice and low, so the players can't hear what we're saying. So we can talk about all the tactical decisions we think they're going to make.
The tactical news. I'm sure we'll be able to get an update of exactly what's going on inside that L. I appreciate it's a little bit difficult to see everything inside there.
Yeah. The issue is as well, we're making sure that our table bosses, Dan and Elliot, are not...
They're not interfering too much.
Not interfering. They're
Yeah.
just watching and
There
then
should be flies on the wall.
Updates.
So Link Flyer has now been used. It's in the Fire Prism to target in what? Sorry, Danny? So the Fire Prism is targeting the 10-man squad of intercessors. Obviously, the guy at the top can draw a line of sight.
Sure.
And if all Fire Prisms can see the one Fire Prism to shoot through, they all get to shoot through that Fire Prism, Mikey.
Yeah, they're linking
So
the
3
fire.
Fire Prisms linking fire into a unit of 10 intercessors. Average dice, these intercessors should die.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much for following Squirrel. I really appreciate it.
So, like we said, just confirmed at the table, the one on the top of the hill is used for line of sight, and that one has to fire last.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just another rules question at the table. Just a little bit of discussion.
Fine. You can see that the fire prism we're talking about is this one.
The one on the hill.
Or maybe this one. That one. Oh no, that won't be able to draw line of sight. It's the one on the hill. It's been confirmed. We apologise.
Conrad said he's going to use the strength from 9 profile as well to win on 2s, Mikey.
Makes sense.
Reroll hits and wounds with fire, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you don't need to win on 2s with strength 9, but I think the strength 9 profile is -4.
Yeah, and he's got the Crimson Fist, so he's just going to ignore the save and just get rid of it.
And it's a flat. I think it's flat 3, right? Oh no, it's D6. Sorry.
D6, yeah. More consistent way of killing the units.
Yeah, I mean the other one's D3, right? So
You'd only not kill one on a 1, rather than a 1 and a 2 for
Yep.
D3 damage.
obviously it does neuter the amount of shots you have, but should be fine. I mean, he could have transhuman physiology this, couldn't he?
He could have.
Maybe that's a misplay. Maybe he's saving that for something, but
Maybe saving his
I mean,
CP.
if I have over, I mean, how many points is a single fire prism? 150. If I have over 450 points targeting a single unit, maybe I would transhuman physiology.
Yeah. Looks
Maybe
like he's
70 for
rolling
something
the
else.
D6 damage.
Strength 9 is AP4 again, straight
Yeah.
through.
There you go. So 7 intercessors are
7
killed.
intercessors dead, Mikey.
Wow. That's going to
It's a
force
good
morale.
start.
He might not fail, but you know, it's forcing the morale.
And they shall know no fear.
Yeah. Strength 5.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have a hemlock or anything nearby, so that won't make it an additional mindset. Yeah, so I mean, seven guys died. What Conrad did to speed up his turn is fire all 3 prisms at the same time. Although the final 5, so the Ortac's charge, obviously with the Banshee Master, no Overwatch coming in.
Yep.
Just measuring up where he's going to go. Can he see the gap in there? Can he get in the gap?
Here we go. The moves come in. It looks like that's where he's going to go.
So it looks like he's going to try and tag just the Hunter.
And probably pile into the Dreadnought as well.
Yeah.
And just get out of the way a little bit.
Like that. I mean, the smites are going to come in. He's not going to be in range to deny, but obviously he's got 6 wounds, Mikey, so he's just relying on that.
However, if he's smiting, that means he's not using his powers.
Exactly.
To
Can these
buff
librarians only
up.
cast 1 power?
I believe they can cast 2, but I mean, it means they're not casting all
I
of
mean,
their
they've got
buffy powers.
4 powers they want to cast, right?
Yeah. And
So
smites,
it looks like no characters are able to intervene into this Ortag. So he's going to get punched by the Venerable Dread, punched by the Hunter, and that's about it. So he should see this guy survive. I mean, he does have Protect on himself as well.
Yeah. So 2+ save. and
All
3+
of his attacks go into the Dreadnought. Obviously, the Laser Lance is relatively punchy on the charge, Mikey.
Yeah, strength 8.
Not
minus
on the charge, it's not so much. Off
Yeah.
the charge, sorry, but on
Yeah.
the charge it is.
Strength 8, -4 and 2 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 2 damage, the Star Lance?
There goes the Vendread. The Vendread's dead, Mikey.
There we go. That is a kill one.
It's a really good play so far. And
Yeah,
Conrad's
and
now
it's
going
a
to pile in
big
towards the closest enemy model and move away. Exactly, that's perfect.
Big
So he
game
ends his
hunter.
move closer to the nearest enemy model and moves further away from all the stuff that is going to cause a problem to him.
Exactly. So he's moved.
And there we go. Tap the clock. Josh's turn.
moved here.
Your move, Josh.
So that is turn 1. We're just going to get a quick update from Dan, who's going to do the scores for us. It should update on screen automatically.
Seems like a safe, good turn, Mikey. What do you have to say about the turn?
I mean, that Ortag is being a bit weird, but I mean, it has stopped one of the hunters shooting. That means there's 2 now, only 2 rather than 3 shooting. And obviously, but getting rid of the Dreadnought at 2 damage is going to be really good.
That's big. That's huge. So obviously, Conrad has head on a big game hunter and recon. He's going to get the recon because of the Ortag, where the Ortag is.
Yep.
He's not going to get the bonus because he's not going to be on that objective.
Yep.
So the score is updated. We just have on the table. 4 points for Conrad.
There you go. Kill 1, hold 1, big game hunter, and recon. So, interestingly enough, because this Ortag is here, if he brings out the chaplain to deal with the,
It's going to be closer to the planes.
he's going to be closer to the planes indeed. Yeah, as soon as he kills the hunter, he'll be able to shoot them with the planes.
So we've just on the table that Conrad actually only killed. I think it's a single unit because Josh passed his morale with those 10 intercessors. Well,
Yeah.
the 3 left basically.
We should say that all this is dead. This isn't here.
Yeah, that's dead. Don't worry about that.
They're all the intercessors. Quite
That's
a few
about to
killed.
be removed off the table. Okay, so we're in Josh's time now, guys. It's Josh's movement phase. There we go. Those models are removed.
Conrad has 56 minutes left on the clock, so quite a while.
Yeah, so I mean that was a 34-minute turn. Oh no, it wasn't. Of course, it wasn't deployment as well.
No. So 34 minutes used so far from deployment and turn 1.
I mean, typically you expect the earlier turns to take more time. Players are thinking things through methodically.
Yeah. What Conrad's done is obviously the infantry were all hiding behind everything, but he just slowed down his army because he's basically got.
It
his
limits his
tanks
ability
left.
to score points a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he has. Interestingly, if you could look at where the Farseer is, I think that he has left that plane there
Yeah.
to be able to forewarn when the guys come in from the drop
So
point.
this flyer is really
Yep.
close to these 2 characters. Do we know which one's which?
Which one's which? As in,
Farseer and Warlock.
we can find out from the table. Danny, if you can hear me, can you just point out which one on bike is the Farseer, which one's the Warlock? So just point to the Farseer
We've
on
got a
bike near the
here,
flyer.
and we've got a bike here.
Pardon? Danny, just point to the Ortag, the Farseer on the bike, please. We just need to know which one of the bike characters at the back, the Psychers near the plane, is the Farseer, which one's the Warlock. That's all.
So just point to it.
Just point to the Farseer tank, please.
Just point.
Yeah. So obviously, if you're in range of a Farseer, I think it's 6 inches, Mikey, for 4-1.
It is, yeah. So
You can pick an Eldar unit.
So there you go. The Farseer's right at the back. Thank you, Tank.
Okay. So it's the Fire Prison that'll be in range.
Yeah. The fire
Which,
prison will be able to-
maybe you should have put that near the Wind Riders.
maybe he doesn't need to because he's only going to be able to kill a couple of infantry, a couple of tactical marines. There's 10 tactical marines.
2
in the
squads,
drop pod.
2 squads of 5.
Yeah. So they're going to be able to do damage to one unit.
Yeah, true.
So it might not
I mean,
be-
if they can drop down and you kill a whole unit, that's pretty big though. Obviously, you have 4 shots per Wind Rider, strength 6. 4 shots at strength 6, no AP, but 1 damage.
Yeah, exactly. So I think with Conrad's turn there, whilst he did kill quite a lot of infantry, he's in a very, very safe position.
Yeah.
So
You see Josh sat down, he's methodically thinking over what he needs to do, Mikey. If you look over to the table, it almost looks like he's stumped. It almost looks like Conrad's thrown him a little bit. Yeah, you can see him sat down.
so Josh is just having...
Look at him thinking,
Dust Company, thank you very much for the
subscribed
subscription,
straight in the
legend.
face of Josh.
His turn 1, the drop pod can come in because it ignores the rules with tactical reserves.
Yeah, so he can come in at turn 1, he can come in at turn 6. Take your pick in between those.
Yeah. So Josh is deep in thought right now. It is his turn. So it is interesting to see that he's not looking over the table. He's just
Sort of weighing up his options, really, isn't he?
Yeah. It was a kind of rough first turn, losing all those infantry.
Yeah, I think Conrad's game plan's really thrown him off. It looks like he's thought long and hard about what he has to do. A lot of people would have wrote Conrad off and thought, Josh has got the anti-air list. But what Conrad's done is presented a threat that's not the Flyers.
Yeah.
The immediate threat is that autark.
I've never seen it either, an aberration. It's very interesting. Fair play to him.
Both players know they're on the clock as well.
Yeah.
Hello there, I love sharp people. Thanks for the follow.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Conrad is just staring at Josh intently.
Yeah.
This is you can cut the tension with
This
a knife.
is tense. This is very, very tense.
No one really knows what to do.
I don't even know what to say. He's just sat there.
You can see him nodding his head, shaking his head, weighing up his options, doing the maths in his head.
He's looking around. This is the fire.
This is interesting.
This is
Really
very,
interesting.
very bizarre. I'm finding this very strange. Is Elliot finding this strange?
I mean, Josh is on the clock as well. This is his time. Maybe he knows he won't use it all.
Yeah. Here we go. He's gonna have another drink.
Kaiser AU says good morning.
man.
It's good evening where we
Here
are.
we go. He's laughing. He's smiling. He's having a
It's
great
currently
time.
maybe it was just a stage persona. Maybe he's just trying to.
Maybe he knows he's on the telly and he's building the tension.
His words to Conrad and to the stream team was, "Have I fucked with you guys enough yet?" Maybe
There
it was
we
just
go.
a ploy.
What an absolute legend
False sense
that
of
guy
security.
is.
Here we go. So we're into Josh's turn now,
I
guys.
thought he was having a breakdown, but I didn't want to say anything.
So we're back into the top down.
There we go. So it looks like we're going to start the movement
Okay,
phase.
so Josh has just called his grey shields for those veterans, Mikey.
Okay.
He's going Imperial Fist to match with his Crimson Fist to have exploding 6s and
extra
plus
shots.
1 to hit as
Yeah,
well.
and +1 to hit.
Yeah.
So +1 to hit, and then extra shots on 6s.
Yeah.
which
If you
means,
target a unit that has double your models.
if they are outnumbered, I think.
Yeah. It's just outnumbered. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he going to shoot though?
I think it is.
Shoot the Wind Riders? That's it.
Maybe it's just the fact
Oh no!
that
In fact, actually, we've got
just
this wrong. The Crimson Fist base, so we can't change that, right? So he's gone for Imperial Fist to
adding
exploding 6s.
Imperial Fist, yes.
Yeah. So we got that the wrong way around, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Crimson Fist attachment on the intercessors at the top.
Yeah, exactly. So Crimson Fist made him Imperial Fist
Yeah.
to get them extra shots.
So
on
now they are
6s.
both Crimson and Imperial Fist. He's got one yellow fist and one red fist.
Yeah, they are Indomitus Crusaders as well, and because they're not using Neo Auto, those stratagems are still in play.
Yep.
So for 1 CP, you can make a unit of a unit of intercessors rapid fire.
Yep.
What do you know what that means? Rapid fire 2 bolters, getting extra shots on 6s, re-rolling hits from the captain.
And the chaplain litany on hate.
Yeah.
That's going to make them explode on 5s, Mikey.
Yeah, it doesn't
Oh
have
no!
Litany of Hate,
Oh,
it
he's
has
got
Mantra of
+1 to wound.
Strength.
+1 to wound.
And damage
Maybe
on
an
himself.
oversight.
I don't think he needs it. I think the chaplain is there.
Did he
just to
call
superpower
Did he
himself.
call his litany at the start of the battle round? Do you know? We didn't hear it from the table. Did he call his litany at the start of the battle
I'm
round?
not sure if the chaplain did call
Because
them,
they have to be
did he?
used at the start of the battle round, haven't they? And we didn't
they
hear it
do.
called from the table. I imagine he would have done it himself anyway, just to see what will happen.
There you go.
So
the hunter.
the
has
hunter is
pulled out
of combat. So that's not a shooting. That is not a shooting hunter.
No, it's not. So this is the attack here. He's just pulled out of combat.
Yeah. If you want to keep him marked, Mikey, that'd be easy for the players to see if we keep him marked, so people are aware of what's going on. So there's the hunter full movement. I'm not sure what the plan is. Maybe just I can tell you what he's trying to do, Mikey. These fighters have to move minimum 20. If he puts a wall 20 inches away, those flyers have got to go back
Away.
up north, and
Yeah,
they're not going to be north at the wall, and they're not going to be able to pick out the juicy targets because the 36-inch range is quite limiting.
Yeah.
Obviously, being Eldar though, they don't really care. They can pivot twice and go wherever the hell they want. One of the advantages to playing on the clock is there is no guilt about it. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. His time is his own in this game.
Yep.
So. Is there a marine strat for White Scars to combat and lead? And
Not
shoot?
to my knowledge.
I think.
I think there might be though.
Yeah, they can advance and charge with the strat as well.
I mean, it will still count as moving though, so it'll still be hitting on -1 with the one shot it has. But like we've already explained.
Well, the thing is with the White Scars is that's only the characters.
What's that? Sorry.
The White Scars are the only characters, the hunters and stuff.
Yeah. So unless there's a general Space Marine stratagem to fall out of combat and shoot, I think there. I don't know if there is.
What's that?
Just a general Space Marine stratagem to fall back and shoot.
I don't think so. Oh, if someone knows in the chat, then let us
Yeah,
know.
that'd be good.
Have a flick through. It's usually easier to ask you guys if you know off the top of your head, rather than me trying to have a look. I don't think there is.
Alex, it sounds like you have the codex in front of you, so if you could check, that'd be great. We don't have
We're a
access
long
to
way
it.
from home, us boys. Down south.
We're in King's Landing.
Yeah.
We're from Norfolk Wall. Okay, so they have both fall back and shoot and fall back and charge.
There you go. Thank you,
So
guys.
that answers the question. Like Tom Adriani said, both one command point. Interesting to see if you use that at the start of the shooting phase. Picking it as fallen back in the previous movement phase. At the start of the shooting phase, they can shoot as normal.
Exactly, Alex.
Bloody Northerners, shut up, Alex.
So it looks like Josh is doing his thing again, building the tent.
So an update from the table.
Lithobilic, thank you very much for following.
Dan has let us know that Josh had a plan. Doesn't like it, so he sat down and he's thinking about another one.
And there you go, there's Zach in the orange high-vis, the lead organizer of the event.
Yeah.
The crowd is drifted away now. It's getting a little bit tense.
It's a very cagey game.
Conrad's hit him hard and cleverly, and he's a bit bamboozled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conrad has thrown the attack at him, doesn't know what to do with it. Like Josh has got to deal with it, but also deal with all the flyers. He's just measuring out the 9 inches with his handy stick.
The intercessors put a lot of work in for him.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho would be proud of this dude's mind game.
So yeah, losing so many intercessors on turn 1 is tough because it loses a lot of bolt shots, which helps clear chaff.
Yep.
But also, is there his objective grabbers?
So
they
Danny,
let the castle come out.
Joshua started with a grand total of 30 intercessors.
He did not start with 30.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He
no.
started with.
He's got 1 unit of 10, 1 unit of 7,
27.
and 1 unit of 10. 27. So if you could just update us on how many intercessors are left, that would be brilliant.
Oh no, roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect. So how many intercessors are left?
Just a drop pod.
Danny can.
Yeah.
So only 7 that died. So he's got 20 models left.
Okay. Okay, cool.
It looks like a tiny gap to get 20 intercessors in there. I'm
I
sure we're
think
getting.
7 from 1 unit. Okay.
Oh, okay. There's 5 in that
Five
bottom
will
now.
be- These will be the stalker but unit. So the stalker unit in this corner. All the way.
That makes sense. Does Josh have a drop pod? Yes, he does. Josh has got 1 drop pod with 2 units of tactical marines, both of which have a combi melter on the sergeant and a melter gun as a special weapon.
Librarian a bike poking himself back in and leaning out. He's obviously got some psychic powers to play with.
Yeah, maybe he's going to shoot that attack.
Hi Crystal, how you doing?
We'll probably see some of the smashy characters come over to that attack and maybe try and do
And the
with that
hunter
way.
just there to
The
screen.
issue is the planes on the bottom of our screen will just be able to fly 20 forward. I don't know if Conrad is going to play them that aggressively. I personally don't think I would.
No.
But there is an option to do that because I don't think he's going to be able to cover that gap unless he puts the drop pod there, in which case he just closes off that. But not sure he's going to do that personally.
No, there you go. The hunters are moving, screening stuff out by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's fully aware he's got the reroll to hit and reroll. Reroll to hit and +1 to hit. So essentially, you just hit on normal BS if you move and shoot a flyer.
Yep.
So that's not too much of a worry.
Yeah, exactly.
Using these to push his characters out.
Yeah, so these, because the hunters are so cheap at only 75 points, you can bring out his characters and hopefully block out the Exarchs and the other flyer, so he can move all these characters out and do what the business, as it were, hit stuff, and then not get jumped on by a plane.
exactly.
That's what he needs to make sure he doesn't do. He can't leave a gap for the plane to land next to a character. So I think we're going to get a little update from the table. Hey Camelot, how you doing? I want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. This is the Invitational Knockout Tournament Final. So, So yeah, so thank you for that. So this is the final. 32 players yesterday. Knockout tournament. We went down to 16 to 8 to 4 yesterday, and now we are down to the final 2. Are those rubber ducks on the table? Yes. To answer your question. So yeah. So it's getting a little bit tense. It's still Josh's movement phase. Both players seem calm and collected, but I think by tense, and what I mean is Josh has to do this right. Yeah, you can see Josh just in his movement phase. Got a bit of a crowd gathering. Elliot's walking past the camera. So I'll just get a closer view of have a look into Josh's deployment. There you go. You can see the hunters are coming out. List available. Yes, if you just scroll down just underneath the video, there's a big white box with both lists on. But the tanks that are there are hunters. So they have 1 shot, strength 9 and d6 damage. That are anti-flare guns, so they get plus to hit and plus to wound and stuff like that. There's a stratagem to +1 to hit and +1 to wound if you hit and fly, and if you roll a 6 to wound unmodified, then it'll be double damage, so d6 times 2. So there you go. The intercessors are coming out with the stalker rifles. Let's get a top down view so we can have a proper look. So the intercessors just poking their way out just to grab the objective by the looks of it. So they're just going to deny Conrad scoring hold more at this point. Josh has just walked over for his drop pod. So it looks like he's going for the turn 1 drop. Because obviously drop pods can deep strike turn 1. It was like Josh is ripping into all of the spectators because they're talking too much. He decided that all the spectators are talking too much and they should all shut up because they're all sounding a lot, just chatting a lot. Yeah. So everyone's having a bit about it with the spectators, but they are chatting quite a bit. So. "40k expectations should probably be like golf." Yeah, especially if you're talking about tactics, you probably shouldn't say much. Fuchs Wild, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, they should be pretty quiet. I mean, we're talking really cool. Well, I'm talking like kind of like a very soft voice, like I'm talking right in your ears, because what I'm trying to do is make sure the players can't hear what I'm saying, because it is quite quiet. Malik says he was shouting at us for being too quiet. Ah, okay. Thank you, Malik. So, Malik watching there, listening to what I'm saying, having a great time by the looks of it.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Hiya. Yeah. So he wants the crowd to be cheering or roaring, so I can talk louder. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, probably. Very engaging. It's good to see. Both players seem well. I mean, Josh seems relaxed. Conrad looks pretty tense, Mikey.
Conrad, I've described him as a centurion of terror because he has a stone cold.
Conrad's pretty tense at the best of times.
Yeah.
Looks like he's trying to get within 12 inch of the fire prism in the corner for the melters and looking to charge the rangers in the corner.
So we're going to get an update about what the tactical squad
so it looks like the tactical squad is trying to get within 12 of the fire prism in the corner to make sure he doesn't incur an additional -1. Well, the -1 to hit for the ally top stuff.
Yep.
That's the plan. He obviously can lightning fast if he wants to make it a -1 anyway. But with the Master Artisans, he'll be able to reroll one of them.
Sure.
Not both of them, but one of them. Excuse me, and then be in range to charge those guardians inside the building.
Stick the charge, that would get him on the bonus objective.
So if he can make that charge and kill some of the guardians, it would give him obsec onto that bonus objective.
It's a free point. It's free real estate.
I mean, it would be a bonus point. That is scored in play turn, and it would also net him hold more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the planes can't turn around and deal with that. So
I mean, one or two of them can.
The one on objective 3 in the top left, I can draw that.
Yeah, and the one on objective 4 can as well.
This one And on objective 4?
Just slightly south. Well, not south, sorry, not like north, never east, northwest.
So that won't be able to go that way.
Yep.
But it won't be able to like fully turn around. So.
No, of course it wouldn't. But it should be able to just tag them.
Yeah.
Maybe the wing will see it in line of sight there.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting.
Conrad's smiling. Someone take a picture.
It doesn't happen very often. Conrad has never smiled. He smiled twice, I think, all day.
Even if you go
One
over
of
to his
them
table
was
when he's playing, you say, "Are you winning?" He goes, "Yeah," and just has this dead face. Yeah, I'm winning. Of course, I'm winning. Shut up.
So he's going to smite the autark to start.
So here we go. Smite on the attack. His buddy is going to try and smite too.
There you go.
So that stuck, and it deals one mortal wound.
One mortal wound.
So he's going to have to shoot this attack now, right?
As I say, thank you very much for tuning in. This is the Invitational knockout final between Konrad Bartiewickz and Joshua Death.
Yeah.
It's currently turn 1.
And Joshua got it all on the line now. All the reserves are coming. Every single model in his army is on the board.
Yep.
All to play for, folks.
There you go. He's going to have a quick game of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah,
while he
see,
sorts out his
this is what I
strategies.
was talking about. The slip,
psychic powers.
The card slips, yeah. The card sleeves, sorry.
Yeah. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Shut up. Shut up. So Might of Heroes getting cast on the chaplain there. Looks like it was a success. That card goes over onto the chaplain. Obviously, like we said, Conrad is not in range to deny these psychic powers.
Yeah.
Conrad told me that drop pod play is caught him by surprise.
Yeah.
So just had an admittance from the table from Conrad that that drop pod play caught him by surprise. So it looks like Joshua Death is catching out the best players in England and the US with his drop pod plays.
Obviously catching out Nick Nanavati yesterday because
Yeah,
Nick
for sure.
completely forgot about the drop pod being a reserve and he deep struck it into his deployment zone and killed a lot of his
I mean,
characters.
perhaps Conrad was potentially not expecting it this soon. I mean, he left a gap. He knows he has a gap there. Maybe
if it was me, I would have like flown a flyer kind of like back here.
just to cover more ground.
Yeah, just to stop him getting in. He needs to keep away from this corner.
I mean, the
That's
problem is,
bonus.
now, Mike, if he was to do that, the 36 inch rail would have probably rendered it useless in turn 1.
Yeah.
These intercessors shooting the plane.
These intercessors are shooting into the plane. Probably this one. I'm
Yeah,
presuming
probably
this is
the
one
one
they
they
can
can
enjoy line of
Yeah.
sight.
I mean, they look like they might be on the objective. Danny, if you could just nip round to the other side of the table and just see if those intercessors in that L are just touching that neoprene objective.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
We saw it happen.
Okay, brilliant.
And so I heard Josh say that they're holding that objective. So they're
Yeah,
just tagging it.
he's got one just poked out the other side.
Yeah,
Mikey.
so the base is just touching. These mats are really good because if you are touching the mat, you're on the objective.
You're on the mat, the objective's yours. Simple as that.
Yeah, really, really handy.
There's put my teeth in. The comments have slowed down, which means people are actively watching the game.
Yeah, Mike Porter, thank you very much for follow, dude.
What a hero.
What a hero. He was on the stream earlier talking about all about his day.
Mike, if you want to just put in the chat how your game against Marcus went, because me and Danny were watching that get pretty tense, but we weren't there for the final.
That Microsoft Paint skill, you know it, bro. You absolutely know it.
OSG Zalman.
Did you know the software to draw on stream costs like nearly £1,000? I'm using Microsoft Paint.
Josh's turn, do you want to see if I can get Malik to come and quietly say how he thinks it's going?
It might be too loud. MSP.
Yeah, that's it.
MSP wins games, dude. Everyone knows that.
The drop pod should be right at the bottom of the list. It is on our list.
Yeah.
It is just underneath the hunter. Shall I take it onto it?
It's right underneath the hunter. No, so it accidentally has been cut off.
So then
we can confirm it's definitely there.
Yeah.
It's just an error on our part of that.
Lists are in the bottom of the stream info, but I'll quickly update that with the drop pod. I apologise about that. That's totally our fault, not Josh's. His list does have a drop pod. We have it right in front of us. It's just I've not copied it into that box properly.
Cool. So we're firing 3 bolters and a crack grenade from the Eldar squad into the attack. See what we can do here. The flat missile strat as well, Mikey.
Okay.
Danny, can you see from the table what characters are poised to charge that attack if the shooting doesn't work? Are you poised to see what characters are in range to charge that attack if the shooting doesn't work? Yes, Axis eventually the 2 Melter tactical squads were inside the pod. They've both fallen out in front of the pod there on the right hand side of your screen.
So all this have been checked. That is totally our admin error, so I apologise for that.
So you can see just where Josh's left elbow is, the librarian on bike, which is, we've heard from the table, suggested to be the counter to this autark if the shooting doesn't kill him. Oh, there we go. As we're speaking, the shooting kills him. The autark's dead.
Yeah, the autark was here.
He's going to net
shot
and kill one, and old school Mackie.
Yeah, old school.
And it's not going to be a picky poison because he didn't declare the autark. No. Obviously, you have the Farseer on
strike.
The Farseer on back, yeah, so just the first
Obviously,
strike.
old school gives you options to score on first strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Last strike, slay the warlord, and line breaker. Which, you know, if those tactical marines survive for a long time against all that stuff in the corner, they could get line breaker.
Yep.
They've just got to kill all them bikes in the top.
I think the autark did his job. Good distraction piece.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the tactical marines opening up, and obviously the hunters.
Yeah.
I think we're firing some hunters now. Obviously they only have one shot each, Mikey, so it's quite easy to track what's going on.
Yeah.
If we could just get an update from the table as to what's fired so far.
They happen so quickly as well.
Yeah, they do. Have any of the hunters fired yet? No, so no hunters have fired yet.
Do we know what's shooting, Danny?
Okay, so it's just small arms,
small arms into the
going
autark.
into the planes, I imagine.
Yeah.
So it's just small arms fires. You can see him measuring there, just coming into some planes, just chipping some wounds off here and there. Nothing major to report. No major casualties apart from the autark.
Yeah. Great camera. I can even read the clock. Well, there you go. Thank you very much. We are trying our best. With low budget streaming. Yeah. I want to say a massive thank you to Badman Cafe for sponsoring the stream. They made it possible to buy some extra equipment to make this possible and make it have so we can have 3 camera angles for this one game.
And we want to extend that thank you to you guys for your viewership over the weekend. It's been incredible so far. We're averaging a great amount of viewers each game. We didn't expect to see this many viewers.
No.
It makes you quite nervous actually seeing so many people
I'm very
watching.
humbled right now.
Yeah, humbled is probably a better word. Nervous is the wrong word.
Yeah. It's okay, Toby, if you're nervous.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is the first big event in the UK we've covered. So,
Mum, I'm on TV.
yeah, we covered Gibraltar GT as a team.
Yeah, for sure. That was great.
And then this is like
Slightly less intense than this.
yeah, one of the biggest
caliber of
events in the world, and it's the final.
Yeah, the caliber of the player is a little bit
32
different.
of the best players in the world battling out.
Yeah.
No biggie. No
So,
biggie.
I mean, if you guys are liking this coverage, we do have 2 more games for you tomorrow, Mikey.
Certainly do.
Starting nice and early at 10 a.m. at British summertime. We're going to have game 4, round 4 of the London Grand Tournament Open, and then we'll hopefully have the final.
2 tables with 2 cameras each. Why doesn't the final game have 4 cameras? Because I thought the 4 cameras were every kill.
Camera reception.
Yeah. So we've got an extra view of the table 1, but you don't need a 4th. What else do you need to see? What could you possibly not see that you can already see now?
Okay. So what's shooting now, Danny, please, if you could just update me. Okay, so the conversion beam Temp Marine is opening up into a plane. Looks like he's dealt some damage. If you could just confirm how much damage he's taken, that'd be brilliant.
Conversion beams are really good at long range. So, and obviously it's Master Artist, so it's real and
So 2 damage.
and a wound. 2 damage into one of the planes.
So, interestingly... Oh, we do have 2 Temp Marines.
Yeah, 2 Temp Marines, both with conversion beam, but both Master
Yeah,
Artists.
second one doing the same. We dealt 3 damage to the first plane with that.
Nice. Rolling hit, re-rolling a wound.
Yep.
Really good. Really good.
And then 1 more damage dealt from that one. So 4 damage taken from a plane. Conrad was considering lightning fast on that. I think he'll save it for when the hunters open up.
GoPros on the plays next time. Well, I was just about to say until Toby was about to say next time what we'll do, we'll just duct tape some webcams to each player's head.
So one of the Crimson Hunters, I think it is an Exarch, if we could just confirm if it's an Exarch or not, is down to 6 wounds remaining.
Yeah, you guys are doing amazing work. Great cover of the board. And great
Okay, here we go,
happening.
guys.
Thank you very much.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Really
We've got the
appreciate
Hunters firing in. I can confirm that from the table. They're firing into the fire prism on the top of the hill. Looks like Conrad may have lightning fast that. It would make sense because he only has a negative.
So, and
one to
then
hit
Josh has
initially.
retaliated with the Stalker, the Hunter specific stratagem, +1 to hit and +1 to wound against you.
Yeah, so +1 to hit him with.
So they both used that at the same time. -1 to hit and then +1 to hit.
Yep.
Very,
And he used that
good counterplay.
in reply to Conrad, basically.
Yeah.
And any 6 is to wound.
Yeah.
Going to be 2 damage, Mikey.
Double damage.
Yeah, sorry, not 2
It's
damage.
D6 damage.
Double
and
damage.
if
It's D6 times 2, not 2D6.
Here we go.
Interestingly.
It's a 5, so it does
So-
not get double damage.
Okay, so it hits. Here we go for the wound roll.
Okay. There's Matt's Artisan's reroll. Here we go.
So it looks like he might be...
This is Matt's Artisan's reroll.
Throw it straight off the table. So it is a wound. AP -4, straight through. D6 damage.
He
It's
rolled
5
a
damage.
5. It
5
would
damage,
have been a
Mikey?
10. You suck. I heard from the
Yeah,
from
you
John.
suck. It would have been a 10. Tom, that was a great quote, but you did spell my name wrong. Disappointing.
It's got an
Expect
I.
better from you. With you have to find the character in the character map with an I with a luff out over the top. So just confirm from the table, the 6 to wound is only effective on the hunter of which the stratagem was applied to, Mikey.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect everyone.
No, it's
so
just
it's
the
just
one.
the
The
initial
one
one he
gets
fired
it.
first. That was
Yeah.
the Kamehameha Super Saiyan hunter that fired first and dealt
You
5 damage.
use it on a hunter.
Exactly.
It's only 1 CP though.
So here we go. More coming in. Tobias the peasant. Alex. That's not very nice.
What's that?
Call me a peasant.
Tobias, brilliant.
Can we time him out, please?
Throw a water bottle like that.
So
man.
more hunters going in, more damage coming in. If we can just confirm from the table exactly what's happening.
So the hunter is the fire prison takes some damage. Is he counting up or counting down with those dice? You love it, Alex.
How many wounds has the fire prison taken total so far from 2 hunters, Dan?
Is he counting up or?
He's got 3 left from 2 hunters. So there's 1 more hunter to fire. Although he... Oh yeah, of course he did. That hunter fell back and the stratagem wasn't employed. So 2 hunters alone, left 1 fire prison on 3 wounds. Remains to be seen, but I'm fairly confident that's not going to be enough, Mikey.
No, it's not.
We'll see.
They started with less than 90 minutes because they already started deploying before the clock was started. I think they started with 1 hour and 15 each.
Yeah, so the clock was started during the pre-game, so while both players were talking through their list with each other. That was on time. Ban him. So the tap marines are open up into the fire prisms. Can we confirm, Danny, if he did manage to get within 12 to avoid a -1 to hit from Alitop?
Well, the melters are only 12-inch range.
So he must be.
Yeah.
That answers that question.
Okay.
So they're just working out if the fire prism has a cover save, if he's over 50%
obscured,
obscured
but
and
is
touching
it
that terrain.
in cover or touching it?
Okay. So the we can confirm the fire prism does have cover, so we will get a 6-up save. Obviously -4 with the melter.
Yeah.
So double 1. I'm not sure if that's double 1 damage, double 1 to wound, double 1 to hit. Must have been double 1 to hit.
Yeah. But you can re-roll for each unit. You can re-roll a hit and a wound.
Conrad failed to save. First damage from the melter.
How much damage did he just take?
Okay. How much damage did he take from that first on the fire prism from the first melter gun?
We'll find out.
Yeah. So the melter squad. Yeah, it looks like he's put a dice there for damage taken. Can we just find out how much damage he's taken from that?
Or how many he has remaining?
It says what, sorry?
Got 10 wounds. He only took 2 then.
So he took 2. Okay. So 2 from the first tactical squad.
And then
10 wounds left.
Bike has taken a wound as well.
Yeah, scat bike. So the ball is into scat bikes, the metal guns into the fire prism. We'll probably see that repeated from the second squad here. I think Josh should just confirm that. So here goes the hits from the metal guns. Again, we can reroll hits and wounds because we are
both hit.
Well, with 1 dice at least.
Mattis.
2 wounds. Looks like they're both wound. 2 saves. Looking for 6s here on the fire prism.
2 6-ups. Failed them both. We rolled double
Failed
5.
both, so we need 10 here on these
2d6 damage. 5 and
7 wounds.
7 wounds in total. There we go.
So he's got 3 wounds remaining on that fire prism there.
Oofed. Okay. And then the bolters into the
And
unit.
here we go, the bolters into the bikes. So apart from that attack, it looks like he's not really going to kill much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's damaged some fire prisms. So
Master Artist in there. Reroll.
So we've got 2 fire prisms on 3 wounds left, Mikey.
So they're not shooting as well.
No,
this time.
But he can still link fire and reroll hits anyway.
Yep.
So that ballistic skill reduction from the bracket might not be as effective because obviously we
this
can
looks
link
like the
fire.
storm from the drop pod.
Looks like Josh has had an unlucky dice so far with her from the
Again,
table.
Master Artisan coming into play there, getting that free reroll on every unit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's ambitious to try and kill a fire prism with 2 melter guns anyway. So here goes the Scorpius firing into one of the fire prisms here, hopefully trying to kill it off. I mean, it's only strength 6 guns, so it's going to be another 5s.
Yeah, we are at the top of turn 1. We're just about. This is the end.
This is the bottom turn 1.
Bottom turn 1. Sorry, my
that's all
apologies. Yeah,
I always get confused with top and bottom.
Coming to the end. Start at the top, work to the bottom. I prefer to start at the bottom, work to the top. So.
Mikey, stop telling people about your sexual preferences. So here we go. Here's a really well Scorpius. As we said, it fires twice because it stayed still, and it can fire a 3rd time for a command point.
Is he shooting into the?
This is the second time. No, it's into the fire prism. He's trying to kill a fire prism with 3 wounds remaining. Obviously, it's going to be -3 in Devastated Doctrine and flat 2 damage. They've got 3 wounds left.
On 5s.
Wounded on 5s is true, and it is 3d3 shots each time.
They did not do any wounds now.
So again, this is Master Artisan. So every time he shoots, he can reroll 1 hit and 1 reroll.
Yep.
Which just makes it slightly more effective. Basically, imagine how many rerolls you get and how many command points you basically spend in order to do this per game. It's
It's a
huge.
ridiculous amount. So he's
Huge.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So he's got 10 units. So he's potentially using 20
C-
command points
Yeah,
every
20
turn,
rerolls a turn,
just
yeah.
shooting these master artisan units.
Yeah.
So no wounds from the Relic Scorpius in the first round. I'm not sure how much damage he took in the second round. Nothing's dead, so
Second
probably
round
not much.
shots.
Here, this might be the third round.
Third round
maybe.
shots, yeah, he's just dropped some CP.
Yep, so Scorpius picked a 5 for a third time, firing those shots. Looks like he's got a handy amount of 3d3 shots there.
Yeah.
Looking for hits.
9d3 shots this one unit is getting. That is why Conrad wanted the Titan combat.
So Conrad did lightning fast this fire prism. So the Relic Will and Scorpius is going to be hitting it at -2. Obviously, that can't be countered by the Hunter stratagem. So there's a reroll wounds. Looks like we've got a couple of saves coming in. 2 saves. -3, so 5s to save. He's dead. Bang.
He's dead.
Pop goes the fire prism.
If he blows up, it doesn't matter.
Nothing's in range.
That'll be
No
a
worries
big
there.
game hunter for
One big game Hunter.
Joshua.
Joshua.
Currently, both players have around, well, Josh has 45 minutes left on the clock. Conrad has 56 minutes left on the clock. This is currently turn 1.
Okay. So it looks like we're charging with the Tactical Marines. Yep. So we're charging the Guardians through the wall. There's an Overwatch from, I don't know what's Overwatch, it might be the Fire Prism.
Yeah. Fire Prism and the Guardians through the
Yeah.
wall, we were told.
Looks like no damage from the Overwatch there. So
Makes
here we
sense.
go. We need a 9, Mikey. Oh, that's a save. Sorry, 1 damage from the Overwatch.
Yeah.
And 1 tap Marine bites the dust. So here we go. Need a 9.
There
No
we
pressure.
go.
No pressure,
He
Josh.
looked up into the sky.
Nope.
3,
So
no.
fails the first one. Second one coming in. Get some more Overwatch.
There we
Same
go.
Overwatch again.
Yeah.
Just a second unit trying to get that 9-inch charge.
The game started around 8:30, I think. Both players had about half an hour each of the game, maybe a bit
Looks
longer.
like you got 3 hits there.
Oof.
2 wounds. 2 saves on the tap Marines.
So
-3, so 6 is to save. That's from the Fire Prism there. Loses
Yep.
1 more. Got 2 6s with the saves though for that -3 from the Fire
Wow,
Prism.
legend.
Here comes the charge.
It's
9-inch
a
charge. What do we get? He rolled an 8. Is he spending his final CP?
CP.
No more CP.
he made it.
Gets the charge off
He
Mikey.
made it. He made the charge. No more
it?
CP left.
So these Tap Marines previously 1 attack each. We've got 2 now, Mikey.
Yeah, because of shock assault.
They're just better.
They're just better.
These are Storm Guardians, so they do have some attacks back. I mean, fortunately for Conrad and Eldar in general, the stuff that wants to be locked in combat has got fly anyway,
Yeah.
so that might not be too much of a problem.
Yeah.
But this could be big if he kills these Guardians, which is a tall order considering there's only 4 tactical Marines, so there's only 9 attacks.
Yeah.
Hitting on 3s, winning on 3, sorry, and then he's got 8 Storm Guardians. They have to survive in order for him to get Obsec as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they have to survive. So, 3 versus 8 is tough. Yeah.
Interesting question. In terms of order of Obsec, so if I'm on the point of Obsec, the point's mine. If you're on the point of Obsec, the point is drawn. If you have more models, the point will be yours. So you can see by Josh's pilings and consolidates, he's going to almost block these Guardians from being able to pile in onto the point,
Yeah.
so that he'll only have 1 model on the point. And all Josh has to
so
do
what
is stick with about 3 tactical Marines.
So let's say this is the objective. This is where the objective ends.
Yep.
Josh has put his models like here.
Yep. So they're going
Touching it.
They're going to be touching that mat, and they're going to prevent the Guardians from being able to
Yeah.
pile
So
in
they're never
onto
going to be
the
able to get to
objective.
about here.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to get all the way around.
Exactly. So great play again. And obviously he's got consolidation as well. Here we go. 9 attacks going into the Storm Guardians.
Here we go. 1 free
So
reroll.
hitting on 3's well, yeah, 1 3 reroll.
Yeah. So
It's actually
5
only going to be
hits.
7 attacks because obviously there's only 4 guys left.
Yeah. And
Freeze to wound.
Josh was just saying, Conrad having a lot of trouble here. It's one of those times I just have to get him.
yeah. So Josh knows he's on the back foot right now.
So is he? Oh, is he hitting the Fire Prism? Yeah, look, he hit the Fire Prism.
Well, maybe it's only a couple of wounds.
And here comes the Consolidate. And there we go. We're preventing those Guardians from being able to get in.
Yeah.
He's put his attacks into the Fire Prism. He's just looking to pin those Guardians and stop them from being able to get onto the objective. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to wrap and trap. I don't think he has enough models to do that.
No, exactly. The Fire Prism does have a heavy weapon, so if it does move, it'll be -1 to hit.
Yeah.
So it bubble up the Guardians, so the Guardians won't be able to get out of combat and won't
Was
be
it-
able to get shot.
Was he able to trap those Guardians? Okay, that's big.
Well, this is also going to give Josh hold more, because if he holds that objective,
Yeah, for sure.
Josh
Like,
is
I
currently
mean,
holding
we,
this
we
one.
said that when the plan was there, right? He's going to get that bonus.
He's
He's gonna
holding
get
this
hold
one
more.
with a like cheeky intercessor.
Yep.
And then he's obviously holding this one.
Yep.
Half his army.
Yep. He doesn't even have to hold that objective on objective 5. He just has to contest it to get that hold more.
Yeah.
But it's going to net him the bonuses on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, hold.
Yeah, so he's wrapped up the Guardians. Yeah, they've wrapped the Guardians. The Fire Prism can move and shoot, though.
Yeah.
Fire Prism can get out and shoot, but the Guardians are wrapped.
So Josh actually lost 2 guys in reply from the Storm Guardians, and he's going to be unable to get the wrap and trap because he's only got 2 models, and you need at least 3, Mikey, to do that.
Yeah.
You need to cover it on 3 points to prevent the moving. If you cover it on 2, you can move through the gap.
Onto the hill like a boss. I'm not sure what that was.
I mean, that might be.
Was that a save?
No, I think that Tap Marine is gone as well. I think he's got 1 left there. Just 1 left. So the plan failed, Mikey.
Yeah.
I think they're going to contest that point again, so he won't get the bonus. But he's going to get a whole more because I think they're contesting it. I think there's still 1 model each on that mat. If we can confirm that from the table, Danny, if you're looking at it now, Danny, can you hear me? Danny. No, he's too engrossed in the game.
Hi,
Danny, if you can hear me, please can you check who is controlling that objective near that Fire Prism? We're just gonna get confirmation now for you guys. Yep. So there's no tactical marines on that whatsoever, Danny. No.
No.
Okay,
no.
And that's going to stop Josh from getting the bonus as well. Okay, tap it onto Conrad's time. Into Conrad's turn 2.
Okay.
It looks like. I mean, that score's not been updated properly yet. Okay, so kill 1, hold 1. We're going to get old school. Yeah, no pick your poison just yet, and no big game. Well, 1 big game hunter. Sorry, 1 big game hunter. So Josh is going to be on 3. Yeah, there we go. 4.
Yeah.
You got 4. Oh yeah, big game hunter on school. Of course, I even said that and still was confused by it.
So it's a 4-4.
It's 4-4.
If you look at the scores at the end of that turn, they both got kill 1, both got hold 1. They both scored the second and third secondary on screen,
Mimicked.
1 point each. So Josh is actually going to get kill more as well. So that'll be 5-4.
Someone did mention you can't wrap inside that ruin. He wasn't near the roof though, so you can't move through the sky. You know, you have to move towards the roof and then up.
Josh said it's not over yet. I wonder if he's going to sit down and think about his turn for 3 hours before he carries on moving.
So Conrad's about to hit back, and he's going to hit back really hard here.
Yeah. So there you go. Time for Conrad's movement. There you go. We can see that corner was that one Space Marine, that 1 tactical marine still holding on. The next to the 5.
Alex. I'm sure you can move directly up if there's space to go. But what we're trying to explain is that you couldn't get to the second level on top of him, so you can't just move through the sky and then move across.
Move
unless you have flying.
You have to move across and up.
Exactly, across and up.
Just scale.
Exactly. So if he was trapped, of course he can move vertically, but there's nowhere to go vertically. You'd have to move into the sky with a Storm Guardian.
So, Josh is smiling. He's having a great time. Josh is happy. He's laughing. He's talking to Elliot. Elliot's keep looking after him.
So Conrad's 1 Fire Prism down.
Yep.
Some Storm Guardians. No, not even some Storm Guardians. He's got a Fire Prism that's smoking on fire.
Lost the Autark.
1 Fire Prism dead and 1 Autark dead. Other than that, he's got a fresh army.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see what happens here. Maybe he goes after the point scorers.
Goldsmith same says, don't think Josh did enough. I think he knows he didn't do enough. I think he's just going to hope to weather the storm.
Yep.
So, there you go.
Yeah, just generally, I guess that does make sense if you can move vertically, which is why units with fly can't be trapped. You can fly over the top. But it's very rare you can move vertically. I mean, in a ruin, obviously, that's a prime example, but other than that, you're very unlikely to be able to move vertically.
At this point, yeah.
Because you can't put a model over the top of someone's head, right? So.
Moving the tactical squad that died previously.
Yeah. So Conrad's just weighing up his options. It looks like a lion stalking his prey. He's ready to pounce, but he's not sure where.
No.
Where would you go, Mikey? What would you do?
I heard exactly what Joshua Def said, and he said, I am a tired boy. We don't need the example.
God, that's funny.
Yeah.
It actually does. Josh is right. Josh said it feels like it's been one day, and I remember this time yesterday we were looking at him putting his knitting about it. It feels like it's the same day.
Yeah, it's been a really good day. Really, really good atmosphere. You can see Josh is having a great time. Conrad, calm and collected, but also pretty chill.
Josh just said the stream better not be PG because if it was, it's definitely not anymore.
Hopefully you can't hear too much from the table because it's.
Alex Harrison says someone tell Conrad to stop tensing.
Stop tensing. Tell Conrad to smile. Maybe we can get a TO to tell him. Tank, get a TO to tell him.
Yeah, that's from Harrison, yeah. Look at Tank the mullet.
He is the calm and collected centurion. Yeah.
Someone wants to change the back of his shirt to say King Calm.
King
His
Calm.
eyes cool right now.
King Calm, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
With a K though, so it matches.
Yeah, it works.
Should we go back to top down for the movement?
Yeah, let's go back to
sure.
top down.
You've gone. Oh, that's table 1 now.
Ignore that. What do you worry about that?
you just bamboozled me.
I bamboozled the Toby. So yeah, so both players.
We're just into Air Force
great
Con
fun.
with the movement phase now.
Blank Wizard, thank you very much for following. Really appreciate it. Thank you to all 200 plus people watching right now. That is amazing. Our highest viewership ever on a live stream.
Okay, so the flyer that moved has sight on the Relic Whirlwind Scorpius. We can kind of hear from the table that he's desperate to kill that because that is a huge threat.
Yeah, that's why the bikes are so far away right now.
Yeah.
As soon as the Scorpius
So
is
scared.
gone, as soon as the Scorpius is gone, this unit of scatter lasers can just fly out. And
Well,
do
you
what
can
like.
almost see them quick in here, right?
Yeah.
They can move 32 inches across the board, still shoot, still charge.
Yeah.
Maybe wrap some tanks.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he went for this tank and bubble wrapped it.
All the way around.
Yeah.
I mean, the bikes have fly, right?
Yeah.
This is why Thunderfire cans agree. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Is that flyer? Is that flyer on the hill part
Okay,
off
cool.
the table? No, it's only off our screen because we are limited by camera angles. You
Yeah.
know? You can't see perceptive, so you can see that flyer is quite happily on the table. So 60-inch range is boss.
He threw F over. Yeah, so Alex Harrison's just saying this is why Thunderfire cannons are great and almost auto includes in competitive Space Marine armies. You can vouch firsthand at how effective they are.
Yeah, Thunderfire cannons is super.
60-inch range, you put it in the corner, it basically hits the whole board.
Shoot twice.
Shoot twice.
Use suppression 5 if you need
half,
to.
half units movement, charges and
Tremor shell, sorry, and then suppression 5 to shoot twice. So
nasty stuff.
So yeah, so just to confirm, the flyers are on the board. This is the Invitational final. We are not going to make mistakes like that because there are 3 TOs watching and multiple live crowds.
Blank Wizard says, is this also happening tomorrow? I was in an event all day and missed the stream. Well, I hope you do well at your event. This is happening tomorrow. It will not be the invitation. It'll be the Grand Tournament Open. It'll be on round 4 and round 5 of the Invitational. We have heard from the crowds saying it's coming home.
It's coming up. It's coming. So it's interesting. So yeah, there's so many people watching. There's multiple TOs, so those things aren't going to happen. So it's just the camera angle.
Yeah.
So there's actually quite a big gap behind the hill to put models down.
Yeah.
So the hunters just coming in, being able to see the relic Scorpius. Maybe he doesn't need to tag the Scorpius, he can just delete it.
Yeah,
this
I
turn.
think he's just going to point, click, delete.
It is only toughness 7 compared to the hunters, which is toughness 8. The
How many wounds is the Relic Will Scorpius got? 12?
11, I think.
11?
11 or 12 at toughness 7.
So Bright Lances, Star Cannons, they're going to be doing some damage.
yeah.
Yep. And obviously on the Crimson Hunters, not the X-Arcs, he's just got 2 Bright Lances and a Pulse Laser.
Yeah.
So they're anti-tank. And then obviously on the X-Arcs, he's got the 2 Star Cannons and the Pulse Laser. Interestingly, they're 1 point more expensive. They can reroll hit rolls of 1.
Yeah.
So they're pretty good.
So, I think, shall we try and get a view of that? I think Josh is having a nap.
All right, I think he's doing some maths. Looks like
No, he's having a well-deserved
it
nap.
looks like he's counting.
Maybe he's counting sheep.
Yeah, he's counting flyers, that's for sure.
Yeah. 1 flyer.
If our own
Why
team
does
could
it never
appreciate
stop?
the fact that we have a camera and stop walking past it, that'd be great.
Watch the 3rd camera. So you can see the fire prisms kind of like just hiding behind that building. Go for it. Tell me all about it.
So just in response to some thoughts, that is not a massive table. Conrad is just that small. No, sorry, that was me. I apologise.
We're here to
Scott.
entertain.
Apologise, Scott.
We're here all day and all day.
No, it's not on an 8x6 table. It's just 6x4.
Conrad is so small because all of his growth went into his brain to get this good at
Warhammer
40k.
Big brain.
Also, Malik's like giving me evils right now, so I should probably stop dissing his teammate.
Yeah, maybe he's heard. Maybe it's just not. So Dionysus says you guys are barely taller. Conrad is 3'8".
Let's stop.
Yeah, Dan Bro thinks I'm 3'9", but I'm not 3'9". I'm actually 5'9", so thanks for that.
It's 3'8.5".
I'm a good 2 foot 1 inch taller than Conrad. Conrad is about twice as wide as me, though. I probably should stop saying stuff.
Malik has said keep dissing him. Malik being one of his closest teammates, watching very closely on stream, listening in.
Okay, so can we actually get an update from the table back to the serious Warhams in play?
Yes.
Any comments? Any comments about Conrad's movement phase? Anything to note? If you could just fill us in, Danny. I've got info from both table bosses.
We've got 2
We're into
table
the sagging
bosses,
phase. Sea Council has been employed again.
Okay, +1 to cast. I thought Mike was the short guy on the planet.
No, Conrad is the shortest guy on the planet.
But also the guy saying it, Mick, is actually shorter than me anyway, so there you go.
Oh, wow.
Morehammer Liam is raiding with a party of 20. Thank you very much, Liam. Absolute legend. Liam doing an awesome stream tonight about the Iron Hands and Raven Guard supplement, I believe. So welcome everyone, this is the Invitational Knockout Tournament
Jinx
final.
and Doom both applied to the single hunter, closest to the side of the table on the left, closest to the Eldar deployment.
This one.
Yeah,
this one
so
up
that's going to be point click delete, I imagine, with the Jinx and Doom. Looks like we're in the shooting phase. There's lots of dice coming in.
Yeah, thank you very much for the support, dude.
It'll be interesting to see where the flyers open up to. Obviously, those the Storm Guardians may have. I'm not sure if they retreated or stayed in combat.
Yeah.
Okay, so there goes that Tap Marine. It looks like the Storm Guardian did pull out. Tap Marine has been shot and killed.
Thank you very much, Liam, for the raid. We are currently live streaming the Invitational Knockout Tournament final at the London Grand Tournament. Yesterday we had 32 of the best players from around the world.
Put your teeth in.
There they are.
32 best players.
32 of the best players from around the world battling it out. In a knockout event.
Yep.
We had 4 rounds yesterday. We started with 32. We ended with 2.
We saw some big upsets in that invitation. Obviously, we saw Manny Chima get knocked out in round 1.
Yeah.
We saw Conrad actually take out his teammate Malik, who's spectating this game in round 3.
In game 3, yeah.
And that was on the stream.
And then game 4, Nick Nalavite get taken out by Joshua Death.
Yep.
And here we are. It's the final.
The final.
The final of the knockout tournament. Tomorrow we have 2 more games.
Yeah,
we have
2 more
round
rounds
4
for you, Blank Wizard, tomorrow.
and 5 of the main open event.
Yep, and we can. I can already
2
confirm
champions.
there's a lot of big name players on 3 wins, Mikey. So we should have some really spicy matchups going into round 4 and 5 tomorrow in our 3rd day of streaming over the course of this weekend.
Yep. We live streamed a total of 9 games, but we're coming 2 tables at once. We did have to drop a game today due to technical issues.
Yep.
But we've streamed a total of 17 games of Warhammer this weekend. So. I only let Conrad beat me because I've won enough, says Malik.
So just to point out, Joshua actually has no command points left. I know we mentioned that last time.
He spewed them out all in
It just gives him no safety. I mean, considering the fact he used all his command points and did that little damage.
Yeah, not a very good trade-off.
No, he's got no safety net, no real saves.
Yeah. Josh Deff is part of the podcast. He advertised it yesterday, so if you know the name of the podcast, do post it in the chat. It's a really good podcast. So.
Malik coming in with the flames. I only let Conrad beat me because I've won enough.
I already pointed that out, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Click to the wrong camera view. Sorry about that.
Nothing happened. There we go.
There we go. So the players are just having a quick rules
So
discussion.
it's just a quick rules debate. It's basically about a linked fire. I'm sure that'll be resolved momentarily.
There you go. Joshua Deff's
in the Finest Hour.
In the Finest Hour is his podcast, and also Conrad from Dice Down, a brand new YouTube channel. With Malik and Alex Petford. Malik watching there, just behind, to the right.
So flyer in the hill,
Dan.
opening up first into the Scorpius, Mikey.
Yeah. So let's go to the top down.
Yeah, sure. So in go the flies. So some damage taken on the Relic Will and Scorpius there. If we can just find out exactly how much is taken so far. Taken 2 so far from the first flyer.
2 whole wounds. Nate, 1984, thank you very much for
Is
following.
anyone undefeated in the tournament after today? Yes, there is a multitude of players that are undefeated after the tournament today.
There's actually going to be about 5 winners, 5 people on max wins.
Maybe more
tomorrow.
than that, you know.
I think.
Maybe more. There'll be a multitude
There's
of up to
400 players in a
maybe
5-round
30 plus players, 60 plus players so far on 3 wins.
Yeah. Is Malik listening to you guys?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
Malik
is,
has
yeah.
a headphone in. Shall we quickly cut? We'll have a look since he's so chatty on stream. There you go, you can see Malik there. He's got his headphones in. He's listening to everything I'm saying. He's keeping an eye. I thought he was keeping an eye on the dissing, but he's actually encouraging us to diss Conrad. So there you go.
Okay, so 2 wounds left on the Scorpius, Mikey. There we go. Some more saves coming in.
Why are the placings hidden on BCP? To keep it interesting, but we'll be giving you a rundown of who's on.
So the relic wound Scorpius is dead.
Okay.
Let's see if it explodes.
does it
I don't think
blow?
it exploded. No,
Okay, did not explode.
didn't explode, so it's dead.
But if it did, it'd be in a lot of trouble.
Bang, bang, bang.
No
Yep.
way to CP it, no way to deny that explosion.
No, exactly. Yeah, no command points. And this is the gamble and gambit you have to take. And when you go so hard into turn 1, put all your eggs in one basket, you have to have a contingency plan. And I've spoken to Conrad before about how he uses his command points. And he says to me he always keeps a command point for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Just one.
Just in case.
He's still got
just
5 though.
He calls it the just in case command point.
Yeah, the explosion, like we saw Reese Robbins earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
When the repulsor blew up, did 19 mortal wounds in total and killed 4 units.
Yeah.
So.
So the planes opened up again. The salvo just keeps on raining death from those planes, guys.
Yep.
This is what happens.
I presume they've not taken the Relic Scorpius out yet because it is still on the board.
Yeah, it's dead. It's just a bit of a faff to take it out of there. So we'll wait until the shooting phase is over.
The thing is with this sort of event and this sort of game, is that if he moves the Relic Scorpius, he may move models.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's lots of stuff that wants to be in line of sight that Josh doesn't
and
want.
ranges as well. It's important.
Yeah. Josh doesn't want stuff to be in line of sight. So what they're going to do, they're going to leave it there, and then they're going to move it at the end when it's not going to make much of a difference.
Sure. So I think Malik's actually opened up into some intercessors now.
There you go. So I think roughly there's going to be about 10 people on 5-0 after the main event. But no matter about that. That is tomorrow's worry. Today we need to worry about the Invitational final knockout of the knockout event. This is Joshua Death versus Konrad Bartiewickz. UK versus US.
I just said that Maverick, the lead flyer, is opening up into some intercessors.
Okay.
It's like an episode of Top Gun. Not an episode, a film. Wow. It's not a series.
A clip of Top Gun.
Yeah, a clip of Top Gun, that's the one. Top Gun.
He's got sunglasses. I've seen him on the visor. He's definitely got sunglasses on. I saw him do a
All we need is Conrad to wear aviators and he'll be like Tom Cruise because he's really short as well, right?
God damn.
The Tom Cruise of 40K, Konrad Bartiewickz. You heard it here first, boys. Unfortunately, Kaiser, we don't have that information anyway. We'd love to be able to help. It will all be revealed at the end of the LGT, so just hang tight.
We have the information available to us.
We can tell you that there is 174 Space Marine list, though. How about that?
Yeah, that's it. Crystal says, I will think you guys like saying his name. Are you talking about Joshua Death?
Joshua Death or Konrad Bartiewickz?
Yeah, Joshua Death's name. Death's name are you talking about?
I don't know.
Because I think if I was going to like to say a name, Joshua Death probably would be one of them. And I
bit
think
morbid,
Joshua
isn't it?
Death is a pretty cool dude. So there you go. So Joshua Death has been on stream a few times.
Why do we keep saying his name?
Because I like saying it.
What name?
Joshua Death.
Okay.
Because it's the coolest name. It's the coolest name in Warhammer is Joshua Death. Tank's going to come. Does Tank want to just give us a quick update?
Yeah.
Come into the microphone, say hello.
Hello, everyone. I was just going to share with Mikey
Hello,
and
everyone.
Toby. I've just been poking my nose into that Marine Castle corner.
Okay.
I was interested to see if Smash Chaplain could heroically intervene into any of the planes.
Yeah.
But he's actually sort of surrounded by characters that are preventing him from doing so.
Yeah. Ground characters.
Yeah, ground-based characters and units. So
you can't you can't fly when you heroically intervene?
no, only in the movement phase.
Okay, cool. I mean, you can when you charge in the charge phase. Only other models though.
Well, that's a contention because
It's
I
an
don't
interesting point. Yeah.
I don't think it's actually ruled whether you can or can't intervene
With the fly
into
keyword.
a flyer that can't be charged unless you have fly. So I don't think it's actually got a proper rule.
So
It
you're
could have
suggesting
been
if you have a jump pack, like a Smash Captain, for example, it's not set in stone if you are allowed to
I don't
intervene
think so.
into.
No,
Interesting
I
point.
could be wrong. It could have been changed.
Well, I mean, it's not specifically a charge.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm sure they won't have. Wow, shaky Tom. That's not very nice.
JK, I love that the JK.
Sure.
So Conrad agreed with him that it's more than 3 inches, so
Brilliant.
he can't get intervened.
Yeah. So Malik just came that up for us. He's ringside.
Thanks, Malik.
So the Hunter
Malik
has
has been a great
8 wounds
table
left.
boss. It'd be good if R2 could do a better job.
Malik, do you want to join the team and help us out with the stream?
So an aberration is post and errata of moving, but this is to do with
I don't think that
intervening,
answers the question. No.
intervening in the charge phase. So
Blank Wizard, just Google the Lee Valley Athletic Center and you'll find exactly where it is. Don't have anyone sliding any DMs, dude.
you guys can join our team. Oh, we're not
Whoa,
joining.
whoa,
Dice down.
whoa.
I like to pick dice up, mate. Sorry. HK Fox, thank you very much for follow. Same announcers as yesterday.
So
yes,
are we still in the shooting phase for Conrad? It looks like these scat bags are about to open up into the remaining tactical marines.
Makes sense. Clear out the infantry that can grab the objective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so Joshua's daughter is called Angel of Death.
So Aberration coming in with the truth bombs. Apparently Twitch cut off midway is previous comment. If the datasheet for a model says it can fly during the charge phase, at any point during the charge phase, and heroic interventions happen at the end of the charge phase,
Yeah.
so it's still the charge phase, they can fly and move across models, just not buildings, as if they were not there. So he's outside of free, so it's not up for debate anyway. Both players agree that, but you can heroically intervene into a fly as if you have the fly keyword.
Yeah. It looks like it.
Yeah.
I presume so. Is that before or after you pick up your dead models?
Cool. So that is the end of Conrad's turn. We're just totting up the scores. Looks like a very successful turn. 100 destroyed, Relic Will and Scorpius destroyed, some Intercessors destroyed, Tactical Marines destroyed.
Just a drop pod left with the ducks.
It's looking good.
Yeah. Do you think the Marines have ducked it or not?
It does look like the Marines have ducked up. We said this was a game about the first turn, so Alpha striking, right? But I mean, Joshua had quite a lot of stuff left for his turn. He just didn't do enough in reply.
I don't think so, no. So there you go. Conrad's got kill one, hold one, 2 more big game hunters, and 1 more recon. So recon have a unit in every corner of the board. Big game hunter kills some tanks and is holding an objective, so he gets a point. So there we go. So got some morale to do, I think.
Okay.
So there you go.
So
Josh is
clock's on Josh
phase.
time. Josh's turn. There goes the Slapling. Coming out of the play.
Slapling coming to advance. It looks like he's going after the Flyers. Let's see if we can get a good view of that. I'm trying to see where the Slapling is. I don't think he's just behind that hunter. I'll have a proper look.
Go back to the top down. Danny's just giving me an update from the table.
Okay, there you go. There's the chaplain just here. Don't know what that shape was, but there you go.
Okay. So the Relic Will and Scorpius that is still inside the building is confirmed dead. They just don't want to move it just yet until they move the models out of the way.
Yeah. So this whirlwind here is destroyed.
Yeah,
It's not actually
consider
there.
it dead.
Again, what they're doing is just making sure they don't nudge models.
Yeah,
They're just going to move stuff away, and then when they can slide it out safely.
Yep.
So it won't. It's not actually there.
Yep, exactly.
So currently in total there's about an hour and 20 minutes on the clock. So just over an hour and 10 minutes.
Remaining for the players.
Yeah, so 36 for Conrad, 37 for Josh. So that'll take us right up to about 11:30.
Bingo.
So, bing.
Right on the money.
Right on the money.
So I've just heard from the table guys that Josh has been confirmed as to go into Tactical Doctrine, which will make the remaining intercessors, of which he has very few left,
Yeah.
an additional -1 AP or -1 AP.
Interesting. That means that in the hunters shooting the flies, they are going to get saved. So only -3.
Yep. Yeah, there's a good point well made, Mikey. And there's virtually very little ball of fire remaining. If we could just get an update as to how many intercessors are left on the board. Obviously, there's the 3 in the 5 in the bottom corner on objective number 4, which Conrad has opted to ignore completely so far.
I'm going to find out. The
So there's
hunter
5 in
is
the little
-3.
Eldar.
The hunter is -3 naturally, so it would have been -4 in the Devastated Doctrine.
Yep. So there would have been no save for the 500 flyers.
Yeah. So interesting play. Giving any 5 prism in cover a 5 up
Okay.
save rather than a 6 up.
Cool.
There you go. The Relic Scorpius is gone now, so that they are destroyed.
And we're just moving models into that ruin just in this place.
All of this is gone.
Yeah.
It's dead. As I say, these gents are playing a fantastic game. Everything's super clear. They're playing with intent. They're making sure they're not. If they do making mistakes, they're just saying, "Look, I'm doing this because of this reason." And they're trying to play the cleanest game of 40k on a live stream ever, which I absolutely love.
So you can see the Slapling just underneath that hunter there, Mikey.
Yep.
You see his little red helmet?
He jumped out there.
That's the boy. He's coming into play.
Yeah, looks like he's going to charge about 4 flyers at the same time.
Yep.
Get storm breathed on that guy. There's no Overwatch.
Nope.
And some mortal wounds on impact.
Yep.
So I think it's like going to be 1 on a 4+, but yeah, you go. It's a wound. It's a free.
It's free damage. It's
Free
damage.
damage. Free damage.
If there's one thing we can guarantee about Josh Def and his playstyle is that he's not going to give up Mikey. He will play right the way to the end.
He will play to the end. He has 35 minutes left and 35 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
He's going to make sure he uses it.
Yeah, of course he will.
I mean, he spent the first 20 minutes sat thinking, so there you go.
It's only his turn 2. He's got 35 minutes left and he's in this turn 2.
Yeah. I don't think this game will go the full 6 turns, though. I think one player is going to lose too much.
Cool, so we're just removing the models that have been destroyed.
Handy Rob OCO helping out with clearing dead models.
Team England player, just a model clearing out.
Yeah.
Demoted. You guys in the chat have gone pretty quiet.
It's tense.
Yeah, it is tense. If you guys want to join in and let us know who you think is going to win the Open tomorrow, we still have a lot of players on 3-0, a lot of big players. Be interesting to hear your thoughts. If you don't know any players, maybe to let us know what list you think will win. Are we going to see other Flyers win? Are we going to see Jeans of the Cult take it?
That's because Twitch messages don't make sound.
Well, there's a lot of players still in Germanicor. Basically, everyone you expect to be on 3 wins is on 3 wins, except unfortunately Conrad got a draw in his last round.
He did. Joshua Def is 3 wins in the main event.
Yep.
Conrad is 2 and
2-1.
a draw.
Other players of note: Malik, James McKenzie, Manny, Matt Crumbleholm.
Yeah.
There was a game between Mike Porter and Marcus Hinson, both from Team England. One of those won. I'm not sure which one won. We didn't catch the end of that game.
Yeah. I think lists are open on BCP if you want to have a look. Just placings are hidden.
So Marcus actually won that game. The reigning champ, Mike Porter, is out of the event. Out of the contention for winning it. He lost by a single point.
Yeah, what do the chats think? Conrad or Josh at this point?
Nick Nalavati, Reese, yeah, both in contention.
Yeah. I'll say a massive thank you to everyone tuning in. This has been an epic game. This is the final of the Invitational Knockout Tournament. So,
Sack your face, here we go. Storm Reef on the Chaplain. Has it been successful?
I saw a thumbs up.
So
I'm
he
not
failed
sure.
Smite, but he did get Ignore Overwatch off.
Okay,
So that was a
is
success.
big. Hey Krieger, how you doing, man? Reese's Buttercup still in it now. Reese got knocked out in game 2 on stream of the running, so he lost his game there.
Yep.
Got a little bit unlucky, went a bit bloodthirsty. We're going to get an update from Dan about what's happening.
So just heard from the table that we actually failed 2 smites, so no damage going into the planes.
Okay.
We did also fail Might of Heroes. So Might of Heroes were made that slapped in an extra attack, extra strength. That was failed, unfortunately, but we did successfully cast the Ignore Overwatch, so we will be able to go in scot-free.
Yeah.
But the damage he can deal is relatively limited now, and obviously he doesn't have the buffer of the 2 smites on the planes to help him take stuff down.
Yeah, Mikey, it sounds like you need some soothers. I am talking quite quietly.
We both got pretty husky voices.
We're both talking quite quietly so the players can't hear us. They definitely can't hear us, but we're talking quietly to just make sure. But we have been talking over Warhammer for what? This is our 7th game.
We're just hearing from the table. Conrad might be lightning fast, and we're just working out what's going to target what, and it'll be declared that soon. This is our 7th game streaming, like you see here. So this is currently the 21st hour of the stream.
21 hours so far, out of 30 hours total.
Yep.
So yeah, so we're doing quite well. We've got 2 more games to do tomorrow, but I said we're just trying to keep quiet. We've been talking quite a bit.
So Conrad's Warlord is the Warlock on foot, which is presumably tucked away safe and will never be reached by his army now because he has no way of getting
nice
out there.
in the corner with the bikes and the fibrism in the top right.
Yep, and for Picky Poison, for the character, he chose...
Autark?
No, we didn't actually go with the Autark in the end. He went for the Farseer on bike.
Okay.
That was given to me on the stream, sorry. So he's got the Farseer on bike. For the Big Game Hunter, for the Flyer, he chose a Crimson Hunter Exarch. For a vehicle, he chose another Crimson Hunter Exarch. And for a unit of bike keyword, he chose his Wind Riders.
Did you all cast round 2, 3? We did stream round 2. We did not stream round 3. Reason being, we had a few technical issues, and what we wanted to do is kind of like sort out those issues for the final rather than trying
So we've got
to
a crack missile and a crack grenade
push
going into
through.
the Flyer and the far corner, Mikey.
Okay,
Nothing much to update. Sorry to interrupt you there.
you're interrupting me, Toby.
I'm just giving the guys
Less
what they
of
want
that.
from the table.
Less of that.
No.
Josh won't give in. He will keep trying to push until the end, and I really respect that. Val Helferfinger says, "Ooh, dang, 200 plus views, kudos, dude." Well, thank you very much, Val
appreciate that,
Helferfinger
Val.
of the 40K Stat Center.
Yeah.
Question: when are you going to use some stats in your show? How you doing, man?
Oof. Oof. So here we have Josh Dev.
I'm only salty because I gave the recording to Val and he didn't use it in his stat show. So. Thanks, Val.
Okay, so 5 wounds taken on one of those flyers.
Toby's going to get a full update about what is going on. Looks like we're doing a bit of shooting. We're gonna get find out an update. Danny's just updating from just away from the table so the players can't hear what's being said. So yeah.
So this is non-gameplay related, but it's some information we just received from the table in regards to TO's thoughts and feedback about Joshua Dev's gameplay. So he wanted to express his thanks to Joshua Dev and said he's been an amicable opponent, a really great guy to play for not just his invitational opponents, but he's also had the same feedback from his open opponents.
Yeah,
which is a really great thing to hear. It's nice to see a nice guy get this far in a knockout event.
Yeah. He's a really good guy, Josh. He's done really well in the streams.
Yeah,
he's really done during the main event.
One of the things that I've noticed is how sort of engaging he is as an opponent.
Yeah.
He really involves you in the game, whereas some people are quite easy to keep you uninvolved.
Focus too much.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
Don't engage.
Exactly. And they kind of take away the fact that we are just playing with toy soldiers.
Yeah. Some would say it's always nice to play with Death, and maybe Conrad is dancing with Death. You know,
Well, he literally is with the planes.
there you go. Look, Josh, just smiling and having a good laugh with his opponent. So,
Smiles from ear to ear.
Yeah, exactly. What an absolute legend, and Conrad as well. I mean,
Again, guys, no, that
super
is
chill and
that
really
is not an Apocalypse table. Conrad is just that small.
Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. This is the Invitational final, the knockout event. Final 2 players going in for the win for glory.
Can confirm that Conrad is only on 2 command points remaining.
Okay.
It does say he has 0, but there we go. Bingo.
Conrad has 2.
Yeah, it was 0 before. She literally just updated when you looked.
Thanks. I missed it.
So the melter hit, despite landing fast, did 5 damage, and it looks like that 5 prism might be going down.
Bam. His white scars.
You can't see what he was shooting at.
The chapter master with a crack grenade is going to shoot into the flyer.
Okay.
He did not wound. He sucks.
I imagine he
We
doesn't
hit the
hit.
table.
He did just shout, "You suck."
We should have that command point to re-roll the wound and go with the crack grenade.
That's what happens when you splurge your command points on one turn.
He did. Did he blow it too early?
Premature completion of command points
Explosion.
is a problem, guys. It's a problem.
It's a problem with command points.
Premature command point ejaculation.
Elliot, do you want to come quick chat how you think the game's going? Do you want to have a quick nosy? We're going to have a quick update from Elliot, one of our table bosses.
I don't know whether this is still 40k. This is the most intense thing I've ever seen.
Yeah?
This is not 40k as I know it.
No?
No, it's been really interesting. I was very sort of on the fence about who I thought was going to win. I did know that first turn was really important. I kind of felt like Josh had the edge.
Yeah? Because of the
Um,
toolbox list.
I guess that's probably because I've been watching Josh play all weekend, and I've never really seen Conrad. I've played Conrad in the past, I'm sure, but very different. He was 7th edition, very different. So yeah, I kind of thought Josh had this going in, and then Conrad first turn, that was big, and Josh just haven't been able to pull it back.
What I've also seen, just from the table right now, that Conrad smiled.
For the
How do you
first
feel
time
about
ever.
Actually feel more uneasy, if anything.
Ow. So there you go. Josh is all about positive attitude. He loves being the opponent that was fun to play against. I also have yet to hear or see Joshua rage or get angry in any way during the game. I love that about him. Yeah, he's been an absolute legend. What we've seen, I've never met Josh before today.
So sorry to interrupt. The hunter fired into the fire prison with 3 runes remaining. Conrad made a save.
Oofed.
6 of save, -3 AP.
Oh.
That just about
if it
sums
was-
the game up, right?
Can you imagine if it was -4 because you're so intimidated doctrine?
I bet he feels glad he went into attack doctrine for those intercessors, right?
Yeah. Still haven't had enough Warhammers after 3 rounds. What round are we? This is round 5 of the knockout.
So the second
event.
hunter opened up and finished off that fire prism.
Yeah.
Don't need no devastator doctrine, apparently, Mikey.
There you go. Gone from the top corner. This is round 5 of the Invitational, but it's round 4 today.
Conrad only smiled because he failed his feel no emotions. Right? So the drop pod takes a bike out. Even though there's
Amazing.
nobody to man them Stormbolt,
Cheeky Stormbolter.
he still pops a bike. Obviously, that benefits from the bolt of discipline.
Yeah, it does. Minus 1 AP.
Which is
5
very...
save on those bikes.
Yeah. We did not force, obviously.
Yeah, it looks like the chaplain's just charred into 2 of the flyers.
Okay, so the chaplain's in. This is the combat phase now for Joshua Death. Shooting phase, kill the fire prism. I mean, we've still got 5 flyers alive. There will be an absolute terror for Conrad. For Josh, sorry, in Conrad's favour.
Conrad.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one. I think anything's
Most of
a
those
terror.
flyers will be able to just chip into that corner where the one on the left is and just shoot the stuff they want to get into. The juicy castle.
Okay, so Josh's attack's coming in now. We'll work out just how much damage he uses. Can't use any stratagems because he did obviously suffer from that premature completion of the command point pool.
Yeah.
So no command points remaining. Okay, so he gets an additional 2 free attacks for his Warlord trait, similar to Red Rampage from the Blood Angels, but it happens all the time, and he rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
So just 1 extra command, not command point, sorry, 1 extra attack. So he has a pool of dice in his hand. He's working out where he wants to put his attacks. You can see him map hammering exactly where they're going to go.
Shall we see it? Shall we see?
There we go.
See it?
We're about to make a decision, folks.
There we go.
Obviously, Conrad has the option to lightning fast in this phase as well.
He certainly does.
He might not need to. He's only got 2 CP left. He might want to.
Does he need to save it for a rainy day?
So all the attacks going into 1. At this point, Conrad didn't lightning fast. Okay, so the hit roll's coming in. It's the middle one, folks, that is fighting.
Yeah.
So plenty of hits.
Here we go.
Here come the wound rolls.
1, 2, 5 wounds.
5 at -2. Are these flat 2 damage as well? Josh said, "Are you effing serious, Conrad? God damn it."
How many wounds did he take?
The flyer is alive. The flyer is not shot down. Mayday, mayday, panic averted.
If only he had some CP to fight again.
The flyer's got 4 wounds left after the Smashlin, Slaplin, whatever you want to call him, has
Slaplin.
blown his load.
Father Pain.
Big Daddy Pain.
Yes.
So the flyer hit back in response. Is he going to do a damage? Flyer wounds?
He made a save.
Sticks it. Loves
There
it.
you go.
So he gets hit in the face by the driver in the cockpit and goes, yeah, whatever, dude.
Back off, bro. I got jump pack.
Bro.
Angry bucks.
He's starting, fam. So we're just totting up some points. Josh, just so from the table that Josh forgot to fire with the intercessors in the L, and that's the whole reason why he went to tactical doctrine.
Oh, no.
We have 3 phases, 2 phases ahead.
Yeah.
So I think Josh himself has said that. No, that's on me. I forgot to do that. Moving into Josh's turn 2 or 3. Is it 3 or 2?
No,
3.
Conrad's turn 3. That was Josh's
Oh yeah!
turn
Wow.
2.
Jesus.
We're just going to find the score. So
Yeah, of
Conrad
course,
gets
yeah.
kill 1, hold 1, and kill more.
Can you see how much time Josh has left on his clock?
Josh has 23 minutes left.
Cool. And Conrad's got
35.
35, so
36 nearly.
36 minutes going to Conrad's turn 3 now, folks.
Yeah, Joshua has kill 1, hold 1, 2 big game hunters, 1 old school.
Danny,
so
can
10-8
you just confirm those points are correct? 10 in favour of Conrad and 8 in favour of Joshua. Cool. So we're going into Conrad's turn 3, battle round 3. He has the top of the turn. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of guns to bear.
There certainly is. So still 5 planes left.
Yeah, Alex Harrison thinks it's GG because he has 5 turns left on plane 3.
Yeah. What I think is going
As the game progresses, the ability to get rid of these planes is reduced massively.
Yeah, so this plane's going to fly away, and then these planes are going to try and fly as much as he.
I don't know if he's going to have the 20 inches to be able to do that. I mean, some of the ones in the back definitely can.
Well, don't forget this one. It's like, you know, that's 36 inches that length.
Yeah.
Between there.
That's 24 by those things.
That's 36 inches.
Oh yeah, of course it's 72. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Don't question me,
My
Toby.
bad. My bad.
Why isn't Kill Switch in this group? Which group's that?
Who smashed Pridis?
That was George.
So we actually had a really close game. So George White and Simon Pridis had a contentious game. It's not for us to comment on.
Yeah.
But that was very heated. And George actually came out the winner in that game.
Yeah, he did.
So here we see Conrad just measuring out some distances again. Just probably trying to make sure he's getting that Jinx and Doom reliably on one of the hunters to point, click, delete.
Get rid.
Yeah.
Big game hunter per kill and kill 1.
Yep.
He's only got 1 more big game hunter to get. He could kill a drop pod, would have been an easy kill, but obviously the flies are too far away at the minute.
Yeah, for sure.
He does still have the scatter bikes sat at the back of the board. So he's going to get a quick update from the table.
Okay, so some of the flyers are slightly damaged in here.
Yeah.
But we are doing okay so far.
Slightly fail.
His weapon is AP -2.
-2.
-2. But Conrad, it looked like Conrad made quite a few saves.
Crozius.
Crozius.
So from the gist of the commentary, I take the King of the next out as they're about to kill everyone off the table.
I don't think that's too far away from the truth.
I presume that's what's going to happen. As I said, what I think is going to happen is that one flyer's moved out of the corner. The other flyers are just going to try and hug this corner as much as possible, delete all this stuff in here, and then, you know, there'll be 2 hunters left, and that's about, and a drop pod, and that'll be about it.
And that is all she wrote. It's never over till the fat lady sings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see any fat ladies, and there's definitely no singing around, so...
No. Josh probably might sing.
Danny just said he's not a fat lady, but he'll sing anyway. So that can confirm. Dan will sing live on the Silky Cam after the game.
Yeah.
He's sweating now.
Castle A-Bomb, thank you very much for the nice comment. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in into the Invitational Knockout Final between Conrad and Josh.
And for those guys who've just tuned in, that is not an Apocalypse table. Conrad is that small.
He is just that small.
You can't actually see Conrad, so that joke goes amiss. Good to see his arm.
So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, one of the highest viewerships we've ever had.
Yeah.
We've had all the highest viewerships this weekend.
Yeah.
This is for the highest one.
Exactly.
So thank you very much for
We'd
tuning
also
in.
like to extend our thank you to Bad Moon Cafe for sponsoring the stream.
Yeah, they made all 3 views possible.
Yeah.
So thank you to those.
And we're actually playing with those dice on the table as well, Mikey. The Bad Moon Cafe dice.
Bad Moon Cafe dice.
Contentious, because when Boris came on stream, we rolled 2 6s in a row.
Oofed.
Spooky.
Cheeky boy.
Spooky.
Using Bad Moon Army.
Yeah,
using
exactly.
Bad Moon T-shirt and Bad Moon
So just while we have a bit of downtime during Conrad's movement phase, just to fill you guys in, we're currently 3 games into the London Grand Tournament Open. We've seen Boris Mitchev take out his opponent Jordan Clifford earlier this morning. We saw Tom Dausch come out on top against Lewis, the Custodes player. Both Orcs game 1. And then in round 2, we saw James Ramsey with the innovative 93 Primaris Space Marine list, Mikey.
Yeah.
The Footslug Space Marines. We saw him come out on top. And I actually have forgot who came out the victor on table 2. In round 2.
Who's playing?
You were table bossing, actually.
Oh, between Reese and James?
Yeah.
Jamie.
Oh, yeah, it
So
was Jamie.
won.
Jamie with the Admex. Sorry, apologies, Jamie. Apologies, Reese. It's been a long time streaming, so apologies for the omission there. Oh, Gossamer, thank you for covering the event. It's been great. Stop it.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for having us.
Guys.
Thank you very much for tuning in. It literally makes it worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Both players scouring the battlefield.
Yep.
Trying to see what players are left.
Again, like it has already been mentioned, I mean, it's probably a foregone conclusion. It looks like Josh has fallen asleep. I can guarantee that he hasn't.
Are you sure?
The Eldar planes have put him to sleep, folks.
Someone go poke that man.
Someone put... Oh, he's back.
There you go.
And you're back in the room.
Carry the Eldar.
You can actually see behind the stream there, guys, the extent and the size of the event.
Yeah,
you can see all the
it's
tables
absolutely
back.
insane.
There's over 500 players playing in that hall.
Yeah.
They're very different game systems. So we have
events.
Warhammer 40K, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, we have Star Wars Legion, we have Saga at the back as well.
Yeah.
Alongside a Horus Heresy event as well, Mikey.
Yeah.
And an additional 40K event, a narrative event.
Yeah, exactly. Neil Kerr, yes it is, just to the left.
Val Heffelfinger has a question. We are not obligated to answer, Val. So please fire away. Why the rank continued on BCP again? We can't answer that for you. I don't know why. I imagine it's to stop people finding out who they're playing until the rounds are drawn. Again, unfortunately, it's not our event. We're just here to stream. We look at people play with Warhammer, and we say what they're doing and comment on what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see the table flip from Conrad. Basically, the Eldar planes have all moved up north, just to protect his home objectives, be in range of things you're going to shoot, and then fight.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to build suspense for the rankings.
Yeah,
That's why they've got them
exactly.
hidden. So it's nothing to do with us. We're not the organisers. We're just the ones bringing the hot gossip from the event.
Val Heffelfinger says, weak.
They don't shut down Eldar flies like they shut down Heathrow for airport. I can confirm it's a no.
Okay, so we're just hearing from Crystal, Joshua's wife, that sometimes Josh actually suffers from seizures.
Oh,
It looks like he's trying to fight it now. I think one of the TOs is trying to get him a little bit of help, just to help him through that.
Yeah.
But it seems okay for the time being. Everyone's well involved and taking care of him.
Yeah.
But nothing so far. He seems okay. Seems like he's powering through.
My apologies.
That does suck a little bit, but Josh is a trooper. Looks like he's doing okay so far. We'll keep you updated if anything happens, but for the time being, Josh is A-okay, so don't worry about it, Crystal. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
So Conrad's still in his movement phase. You see all the scatbacks coming over as well. I'm not sure what the plans with them. Maybe he's just trying to be ultra safe.
Yeah.
And this is something, a nice reserve to play. It's quite easy for someone at this point, where you can quite easily go balls to the wall, all out, kind of play a little bit sloppy and give things away. But Conrad's playing very well reserved.
Yep.
Doing everything that he needs to do, and playing surgically is probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Yeah. My apologies for saying that about Josh. It's because
It's okay. We didn't know.
Yeah,
It's
reason
fine.
being is because he was messing with us during the first movement phase where he just sat and scoured the battlefield.
Yeah,
phases,
exactly.
So I thought it was just a play. So okay, no worries, Crystal.
Okay. So Doom and Jinx went off. Was it a peril? Did you say, Danny, on Doom and Jinx? Yeah. So
Just taking.
okay. So
two
Jinx
into
and Doom,
perils.
which one was successful? Well, obviously one of them failed with the perils. On which power though, the Doom or the Jinx? Okay, cool. So Doom goes off with a 6/6, but he does take the damage. Obviously that's on the Farseer, so he will have the Ghost Helm. So he'll be able to shrug that off. Yeah. So
Unless you're double one.
I thought the perils might have been a 1/1 Geomanticore. That's why I said that. Obviously it's a 6/6, so the power goes off as long as the Psyker doesn't die.
Yeah.
Psyker's still alive. Power goes off. Doom is successful.
Easy. What's that moving?
Yeah, so we've got Josh some more water. Looking after him well. 7 games of 40k is a lot of Warhammer to play.
It's been a very long day. It started at 10 a.m. this
He's
morning.
doing it incredibly well. Why isn't Alex Harrison in the invitational group, not the chat group? Well, by the title, it's an invitational. He just wasn't invited to come. There's only 32 spaces. You have to be a lucky one of the 32 players to come and play. You have to be invited. And unfortunately he wasn't. So the 32 players that were invited took part today and yesterday. Start with 32. The knockout system means we go down to 16. 8, 4, semi-final yesterday with 4 players, and here we are in the final with just the remaining 2 players.
It is halfway through the game now. Conrad has 26 minutes left on the clock. Josh has 23. Yeah, Josh has had a drink of water and looks more himself.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's up on his feet, looking healthy, looking happy like he was before.
Yeah.
So Conrad's just unloading guns, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to face at this point.
No, all the flyers right in his deployment zone out of the way. All mines do hit at that point. There you go, the hunter on the left-hand side taking the damage from the exile.
In answer to your question, Doodah Day, we are not aware of that. Again, it's not a place to say, we're just here to stream.
It's nothing to do with us.
Okay, so I appreciate this might be a little bit unengaging now for the stream, but it's literally just 5 other flyers opening up and target practice, basically.
Yep.
Cool. So that's reassuring from Crystal, his wife.
Thank you very much.
It happens quite a lot with Josh. They're normal for him, and he has them regularly, and he'll overcome them, no problem. But we're not just the streaming guys following orders.
We don't get orders.
No.
We don't take orders from no one. This is my stream.
Except Mikey. We take orders from Mikey.
Yeah, nothing to
So
do
2
with
was
me.
left on the hunter there after the other flies are opening up and shooting.
Yeah.
So Conrad's now splitting his fire. Some lasers into the hunter with 2 wounds remaining. Hopefully take him off.
Yep.
So some saves coming in. Could this be the end of that hunter? Looks like he
There you go.
he
There he's
failed the
gone.
save. Does it explode on a 6? No, it doesn't.
No.
The hunter removed. 1 more hunter remaining.
Yeah, so that'll be the final big game hunter and a kill one for this turn.
Yep. Strong turn from Conrad. There's a few more flyers to open up. The salvo is on its way. Should these land, the hunter dies. That probably will be all she wrote for Josh Death, unfortunately. Either way, and getting to the final of this invitation is a huge achievement for any
It
player.
is.
It kind of puts you instead for being 2 of the best 32 players in the world.
Yep.
So huge props to both of the players for getting through 4 grueling challenges to get here.
Yeah.
Obviously, these players
playing 3 games
for
today.
sure. Yeah. So this is the 8th game of 40k for these guys playing.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 1 CP left for Conrad, just updating that from Seer Council using the Psychic Phase.
Yeah. Just confirming that he's just moving his killed units, the units that have died, to one side of the table, just so they can keep track of
Yeah,
kill
for
more.
sure. So that Hunter that you can see in the bottom right of the screen is dead, so don't worry about that. That's not in play.
This one just here. There we go.
Again, thank you to all of you for the viewership over the course of this weekend rather. We still have 2 more games that we'd love for you to join us with tomorrow. We have 10 AM British Summertime, round 4 of the London Grand Tournament Open, and then round 5 coming to you live at 2 PM British Summertime. And we should, after that round 5, be able to present to you, or at least tell you, the victor of the entire event, Mikey.
Well, round 4 actually starts at 9:30.
Starts at 9:30?
Yeah, it starts at 9:30.
Okay, brilliant. So it's earlier than today.
Yeah, but
Good stuff. So we'll be live at 9:30 British Summertime.
Yeah. Looks like just
so it looks like Conrad's opened up into those intercessors that were previously tucked in that L over there.
Yeah, I think that will probably secure Conrad hold more, unless Josh can get another unit onto there. So, this is. How do you think it's going, Toby? Do you think Josh has enough to retaliate now? Or do you
No,
think...
absolutely not. Sorry to put it bluntly. Sorry to Crystal, his wife, for cheering him on. But I think this is probably all she wrote. I think Josh has nothing left in the tank anymore. There's no way he can kill that many planes. The guns are going to keep bearing down. He had an opportunity in round 1. Unfortunately, it not even a whiff. I mean, it just didn't have the guns. Realistically, what could he have done? We killed that Venerable Dreadnought in round 1. There's no 8 autocannon shots, AP -2 with the Devastator Doctrine.
Sure is.
2 damage each, they're flat. That could have been 16 damage, sorry.
Could have been 16 damage.
Relatively reliable as
likes.
well, Vendred's BS2 base.
Yeah.
So that's 1 flyer deleted out of the game.
Exactly.
1 flyer deletion unit out of the game, sorry. Other than that, the Relic Will and Scorpius, it can fire 3 times. It's only strength 6.
Yeah.
So it's winning the flyers on 4s, best case scenario, but the fire prisms on 5s.
Yep.
Obviously, he went after the fire prisms, which may have been a mistake in the long run. There's 2 fire prisms dead. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they're not what's going to win Conrad the game, right?
No,
the flyers running around,
getting recon.
Getting the recon, deleting the models on the ground. They can turn
bullying the characters.
Exactly, they can turn it on and kill the hunters. They have so much mobility, so many threats from different angles.
Yeah.
If Josh played the game again, does he still kill the fire prisms? I don't think he does.
No.
I think he goes. Maybe he goes after the flies. Easier said than done, granted. But I think Conrad having first turn was the writing was on the wall after Conrad's first turn. I think it was a really powerful, strong first turn.
But was it just the first turn that ensured Conrad's success?
I
don't think he did that much damage.
I don't think it was the fact that he got first turn. It's the way he played first turn.
Yeah.
So it's not as simple as Conrad got first turn. It's over. Because everyone expected him to just unleash all the guns and go ham, go balls to the wall, kill all the hunters. But he didn't. He killed the intercessors, went for the point scorers, and played a really tactical move with the auto.
Josh down.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically hemmed him in his corner the entire time. So just going to quickly go over what he has left. He has a drop pod. He has a smattering of intercessors here with Stalker bolt rifles. He has a librarian on bike here.
Yep.
And then he has a couple of characters and tech marines left.
Yeah, for sure. So just going into the bottom of turn 3 now, Josh Redeff's turn. Conrad is on 13 points. He's maxed out that big game hunter. He's not killed the character just yet, so you can expect 4 more points coming in soon.
Yeah. We still got the chaplain here.
Like you explained, the flyers are really good at executing characters. They have so much maneuverability. We have tech marines. We have librarians. They're relatively squishy.
Yeah.
Interestingly, he didn't even opt to try and do any damage to that chaplain. He just ran away. He only moves 12. He's not going to get to the other side of the board anytime soon.
The closest unit is here.
And that's going to be an unrealistic charge.
Yeah. It's interesting. And I don't think Josh has got enough. I think he's going to be able to score quite a few points and maybe make it a close point game.
Potentially. I mean, he's not going to be able to get many reliable picky poisons now because he's got very little left in the tank in terms of killing things.
Yeah.
He's not. I would hedge my bets against him not getting any more big game hunters unless he manages to kill this flyer here, which will probably be shot by that hunter and maybe charged by the chaplain.
Yeah.
So that'll be 1 more big game hunter. I very much doubt he's ever going to get to that warlock.
Looks
for,
like
for
about
warlord.
a 7 or 8 inch charge there, but from what I can see there.
Yep.
That looks like a 7 on the tape measure. We'll find out. So go after this flyer.
Yep.
Kill that.
Secure a big game hunter.
Maybe
no old
consolidate
school.
onto this objective.
Yeah, potentially.
Ooh, cheeky. Very cheeky.
It'll just stop him from getting.
Stop Conrad getting a point. Yeah. Get hold.
So the the flyer there on the objective down there as well, Mikey, is a pick your poison flyer.
I presume what this
So
big red
it will
marker
give him
means.
the point for pick your poison, not a point for big game hunter because they don't stack.
No, kill one,
Yep.
and then potentially
And
deny
again, it
hold
doesn't
one.
affect old school because that's going to be line breaker, which is going to be incredibly difficult for him to score at this point. He's got to get into Conrad's deployment zone, which is going to be hard.
Yeah.
And then we have final strike. I would hedge my bets on them not being any space marines alive in the final battle round.
No.
And then he has to get Slay the Warlord, which is a Warlock on foot, which will be tucked away, hidden, and safe for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, it's just, the thing is, as Crystal's pointed out, that Josh is going to take it to the wire. He's going to make sure he can score every single point possible and just keep going and just hold on until the last final straw.
Dodo Day has Doodah Day, sorry, it's Chris and Conrad's list is Connor, which is a cool title for a list. So into the psychic phase for the White Scars / Crimson Fist / Make Your Own Chapter.
Yep, so the
Also known as Adeptus Astartes.
White Scars Librarian on Bike is up here.
Yep.
The Slaplin's here, currently. Looks like we're measuring for a psychic power. I believe this is the Librarian in Phobos armor, just here.
Yep.
Certainly looks like it.
Looking to get the free move off. Obviously, we can't charge off that move, but it does get him closer to the spicy targets he wants to be hit. He wants to be hitting with some smites, perhaps.
Ride the winds. We try and deny. Did that get denied?
Just keep one of them.
Yeah, it did get denied. Thanks, Dan. So we're going to sub in Tank for a little while. Hi, Tank. How are you?
Evening, everyone.
Are you okay?
Yeah, good.
How are you feeling about this game? What do you think?
We're just hearing that the smite got denied,
Okay.
and the power to ignore Overwatch, I believe, got
Storm
failed.
Reaved.
Yeah.
Got denied as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Storm Reaved denied Overwatch and Immortal Wounds on Impact.
Yeah.
Both got denied.
I think we're kind of in the it's kind of like not a miserable, but almost a kind of
It's a
resigned
slow death.
resigned atmosphere at the table.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's 100% like Conrad's game to lose now.
Yeah.
And it's going to take some like really special janky play and a lot of luck for Josh to pull anything out now.
And bad luck for Conrad.
Yeah.
Yeah. They both agreed before, and it would be likely a turn one game, but Conrad nailed it just to make sure. Yeah, Conrad played that first turn very, very well. Obviously, Conrad being a very, very good player. One of the best in the world being here, the first one of the LGT.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, Josh is a super good player as well, and he is still clawing the points. I mean, Conrad isn't that far ahead, but obviously, Josh is running out of units.
Yeah, and despite sort of obviously not getting SCO first and getting alphaed quite hard, and he's sort of running out of options and tools really fast. He's sort of kept his spirits up, and he's been laughing and joking at the table, and
Yeah, exactly.
he's kept it fun for everyone.
Yeah, both have been really, really cool. This is the bottom of turn 3 now. So
Apparently,
turn 3.
the hunter's just shooting at the flyer with one wound left.
Okay, that's a cheap kill, which should be good.
Fails to wound, apparently.
Ouch.
Story of the game for him.
Yeah.
Here comes the crack missile launcher from the TAC Marine. Oh, Conrad's made the save on the crack
Ouch.
missile.
Ouch, okay. Has he got the drop pod shooting in now? Drop pod shooting into the flyer on one wound.
Yeah, the drop pod seeing if it can add to its tally. I think it's killed 2 bikes so far this game.
Master Artisan to get a reroll.
Nothing.
Nothing. Kind of expected.
Oop, here comes the Slaplin.
Here we go. Overwatch. Nothing. Charge range. 3 and
2 wounds. These all hurt from planes.
2 wounds. Sorry, my apologies. Charge range time.
7-inch charge.
I believe he's made it. Yeah, he's made it. There you go. Big long charge to get onto that objective.
He's in.
Yeah, Axis, the placings are hidden, so you can't. You'll just have to work it out by looking at the round.
It's the bike chaplain.
The bike librarian.
Yeah, the bike librarian. What's he going into there?
Looks like he's going into the Farseer or Warlock, the guy on the bike. Can we find out what the character on bike is getting charged?
I think it's a warlock because I think the warlock poked his nose out so he could jinx.
Yeah, who's the librarian charged into? The librarian on bike. Danny, who's the librarian charging into? Sure, we'll find out.
Oh, he failed the charge. I'm sure it was a warlock.
Okay, so I think
the warlock poked out so he could be with an 18 for jinx.
Okay. So the charges are all happening up here. So the warlock is here, and the librarian is trying to charge, but it looks like he failed.
So that librarian stuck out there with proverbial dick in hand. But he has to make gambles at this stage and try and get everything he can.
There we go. So the fly was removed. The chaplain is consolidated happily onto that objective. And that is going to get Josh hold. Deny Conrad hold more.
Yep.
And also kill one on Big Game Hunter, which is super good.
Getting screened by the drop pod with the character rule too. Although obviously the planes can
just jump
go
over.
where they want.
There's Tiger. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to stream. So we're just going to get the final result of that turn. Conrad's still having 1 CP, currently having 13 points. Josh is going to get kill 1 and hold 1, and he's going to get kill more by the looks of it. But we'll get the final score and give you a full update.
Space Marines don't know when to quit, do they?
No, they don't. No, they don't. As Joshua is just going to take it right to the end. He's going to go right in. So Joshua still has 13 minutes on the clock, and Conrad still has 22 minutes left on the clock, so quite a while left. So Josh gets kill 1, hold 1, kill more. 2 for Big Game Hunter, 1 for Pick Your Poison, and 1 for Old School. Versus Conrad's kill 1 and hold 1. 4 points for Big Game Hunter and 2 for Recon. So 13-12.
Pretty solid turn with hardly anything left.
Yeah, exactly. He's really, really taking it to the wire. I mean, if he's going to lose, he's going to lose with grace. But you never know. It might be, you never know. Something weird could happen. This is Warhammer. It's all based on dice rolls. So we're going into turn 4 now.
They were just checking to see if the Fire Prism's hull was over that objective number 3, but apparently they decided it was.
Okay. So we're talking about this one here. So this Fire Prism's hull is just touching
the
round part of the objective.
Here comes the plane looking to snipe off that slap plane.
Yeah. Slapplane only got a few wins left. I have to take it up for Overwatch.
I hope he kills him because he looks like he's in heroic intervention range there.
Oh, that would be a foul play, wouldn't it? Chaplain just going in and just slapping him just before going. So, thank you very much for everyone tuning in. We are looking at, this is turn 4 of the Invitational Knockout Final between Conrad and Josh. 32 players to begin with. Yesterday we had 4 rounds, and these are the 2 remaining players.
Is this some Guardians we're seeing moving towards that crater on the right?
Yeah, so the Guardians coming out of the L shape, the Warlock flying back, the Guardians coming out. 1 being protecting the character, and 2 probably shooting this librarian. Get some shuriken on.
I suppose he's maybe he's thinking about recon for next turn with those Guardians.
Yeah, Conrad also has Headhunter, so he needs to kill a couple of characters to make sure he maxes that out.
Yeah, he could well choose to charge that drop pod and wrap it with the Guardians, so they can't be shot by any of the remaining shooting. And he can use the charge as extra movement to get him into.
It's free. It's free movement, isn't it? So.
Yeah, multicolour ducky had to be moved.
Sad. He's making sure everyone's -2 to charge when they charge.
Oh, Talopolis, he's onto it. He spotted what we were looking at.
Yeah.
In the chat. Yeah, Severin84 just saying he hates watching Eldar players moving planes sloppily, but I suppose with a vector dancer they've got so much flexibility you can like pretty much do what you want with them.
Exactly. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, Dan's doing the score for us.
Just having a bit of a discussion at the table now. Apparently, Josh is amazed at how far the Crimson Hunters can still move with 1 wound left. And but yeah, he should know that it's Eldar, so it does what it wants.
Yeah, exactly. Just vector dance is just a bit ridiculous on these flyers. Makes them so manoeuvrable.
Yeah, and the distance they can still cover when they're gimped. I think they can still go
When they're on low wounds.
We're just finding out that Conrad thought the one on its bottom bracket could go 20 to 40, but it's actually 20 to 25. So
Okay.
that's why we're seeing the reposition there.
There you go. So it looks like going for the librarian by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Kill switch calling him out there. It happens, especially this late in the day. And after so many games. This is the 8th game these guys are playing.
I always I have a bit of a bugbear about people who call misplays cheating. In my opinion, it's only cheating if it's intentional.
Yeah.
And there's never a perfect game of 40k, and these guys are both sort of playing in a great spirit and not looking to sort of cheese each other, I'm sure.
THX Nightmare, I think it was. Apologies, I just missed that. TFX Nightmare, thank you very much for a follow.
Oof.
Drama.
Pipe down, kill switch, you'll make Ducky upset.
Yeah, exactly. So, I wonder what Conrad's target priority is at the minute. I think it's probably just kill the characters to get Headhunter. Obviously, that Slapling needs to die on Objective 4. This one here. So the flyer can shoot into him. If not, he will get heroically intervened. But then this Librarian needs to die as well. And it just puts Josh right back in the corner at that point. Josh just having a great time by the looks of it. Both players both got smiles on their faces, bizarrely from Conrad, but there you go. Josh in absolutely fantastic spirit there, even after so many games. What a legend.
Yeah, there's some news from the table that Josh made a bit of a very good sporting play there. Apparently, I misheard what they said exactly, but apparently a model was knocked, and it became unclear whether a character was closer or not. So Josh said that Conrad could choose.
Wow. Okay.
I know that sounds a bit ambiguous. I'm sorry, but
yeah. There you go. Live update. Josh being a fair dude.
Oof. He's just super smited the Librarian on the bike, and
okay, well that's rude.
So is he dead? I don't see him anymore. He was near Ducky, wasn't he?
Yeah. So the Librarian was just here on the crater, and now there's no Librarian. So must have smited him straight off.
Sad face.
So you also got the two psychers just sat here, just piling in the smite that way. Omega Habit, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it's getting quite late now. But this is the Invitational Final. Whoever wins this will be the Invitational Champion. Probably one of the best players in the world since we started with 32 yesterday and we are down to the final 2.
Yeah, it's been a good field.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. It's been fantastic games to commentate over, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed our tactical insight of what we think the players are getting up to without interrupting the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay, have we got some interesting news, Tank?
We've just heard that the heroic missile launcher Tactical Marine just bought it from a plane.
Oh, R.I.P. Little Tactical Marine.
Rip.
Obviously, we've also seen the Slapling gone from the flyer.
Oh.
So the Slapling gone, the Librarian's gone. So Josh is now limited to a drop pod, a hunter, and a couple of models in here. 2 conversion beamers and a Librarian, I think, or maybe even one.
Another Tech Marine's just died to plane fire.
There you go, 1 conversion beamer left.
Yeah, I think we could see them call it at some point soon now.
Yeah. Dookie Daves says, and those watching, lucky Hellstorm dice are available, guaranteed to roll 6s except for Mikey. Yeah, they are.
Not sure how much shooting Conrad's got left now, but essentially we've just got the drop pod, the hunter, and a couple of characters.
Yeah, so there's two characters in the bottom corner. It looks like a Tech Marine and a Librarian in Phobos armor.
Yeah, has the Chapter Master died yet?
The Chapter Master hasn't died. Apologies. So the captain who got upgraded to a Chapter Master, that's this guy here. And then he's got the Tech Marine to his left. Ellie, do you want to come give us a quick thoughts? Thoughts and... No, he's too busy. My apologies.
I can give you my thoughts, but they're not very well developed. They're the same as what they were.
Okay.
I'm still a bit confused.
Oh, big news.
Okay, big news.
Just saying there's 2 intercessors tucked away in the bottom right corner.
Just in here still?
I believe so.
Wow, okay.
Could they turn the game?
Yeah. Maybe they could. They got Stalker bolt rifles. Heavy. It's -2 damage. Probably not, but you know, it's nice that they're there, hanging on.
Yeah. 5 wounds left on that hunter now.
The adjustment should be making...
Ooh, the drop pod's down to 4.
Conrad doesn't have any models hanging over the edge. He's just hanging over the edge of the camera. Purely because of our view. I'll have a look to see if there's a better view of that.
Oh, here come the Guardians charging the drop pod.
Yep.
Using the old
wrap. Slinging in. So Misfit. We'll just transition over so you can see. In the top of the screen, you can see all the Eldar flyers are perfectly on the table. The reason being they're being cut off by the camera, that's all. So all the flyers are on the table.
Yeah,
Do not worry.
when I was at tableside earlier, the players were actually checking about wings hanging over the edge.
Yeah.
I think at this point of the game,
It's kind of a foregone conclusion.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of the plane could obviously fit, and it's late, so you sometimes agree that it could fit there.
Yeah,
so
both
you
players are
play
playing
by
with intent. That's it.
rather
Yeah, so
than
they're saying, I'm putting this fly here. I'm not intending to fly it off the board and die.
Yeah.
But again, it's just our camera angles to make it look like it's being cut off, but it's not. The cameras aren't perfectly straight. They aren't perfectly perpendicular, and the field of view is actually an angle from the lens. That's how you'll be able to capture so much.
Yeah, Conrad was just forgetting there that the Guardians could auto hit. Conrad forgot that the Guardians auto hit the drop pod.
Okay,
And
so he's
Josh
actually killed
reminded
it.
him, and they've ended up killing it.
So there you go, no drop pod. So,
Who'd have thought elves could dismantle a drop pod?
well, if it's not going to do anything, just pull the doors off and throw them away.
Yeah.
There you go. H3M3, thank you very much for following. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's not intended to fly off the board, but it isn't even off the board, so don't worry. It's just the camera angle.
And like we said, when something can clearly fit, if you spent time adjusting it, there's no point in sort of micro tweaking it, so it's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Fractal Karma said, the table edge is past the camera edge anyway, and there's 2 judges at the table. Yes, there's actually 3 judges at the table, so do not panic at whatsoever.
Yeah, big turn for Conrad there, 7 points. It'd be interesting to see if he decides to carry on or not here.
Yeah, so in that turn, he maxed out Headhunter. He's already maxed out Big Game Hunter, and he's got another point for Recon. So, big turn.
Which battle round was that we've
That was
just
turn
completed?
4. That was Conrad's the top of turn 4, going
Top
into
of
the
turn
bottom
4.
bottom of turn 4 now. So Josh's retaliation in that battle
Ooh,
round.
looks like the Marines aren't finished.
No, they're not.
Could see these 2 intercessors come into play here.
Yep, they could come in, blow up a flyer, take glory for the Imperium, all the way back.
It's how Crimson Fists roll. They never know when to quit.
No, they don't. Who cares if you're outnumbered?
Don't know what's good for them.
If you live up to the Brethren in the fluff, who knows what 2 Marines can achieve?
Yeah.
This could be the closing chapters of a novel right here.
Yeah.
Black Library novel.
Yeah, the Elatok and Samhan joined Craftworld against the Crimson Fist, and Imperial Fist joined chapters, battling it out.
It's
this
the Josh
wasteland.
Death Guard.
The Josh Death Guard.
I mean, in the fluff, it's not unheard of for 5 Marines to pacify a planet,
No, exactly.
a whole planet.
A whole planet. So there you go. Maybe that's how he'll win the game.
Here comes Josh's shooting phase. The conversion beamer into the fire prism.
Makes sense. Needs an extra big game hunter.
Master
Master Artisan with a free reroll. Save. How many damage did we see?
2 damage from the conversion beamer.
Cool.
Here comes the lieutenant into the flyer with 1 wound.
With his mastercrafted Stalker bolt rifle.
Oh, we've got a wound.
Made the save. It looks like a 6. Was that a 6 up save?
Ooh. Get that last wound off.
No, Tech Marine Bolter. Trying to do 1 final wound.
Turns his bolter to the sky.
Can he gun him down? That looks like a no. Both players being absolute gents, powering through this final game of the day.
It's been a long day for them.
Yeah, Crystal make a valid point. Josh says that always says it's not always about the models you have left, but the points you can get with them. And he is, he's clawing those points. You know, obviously Conrad had a massive jump in that turn, but if Josh can get a kill one, a hold one, maybe a cheeky big game hunter.
Yeah,
it's another 3 points. So he's taking it to the wire. He's still got 8 minutes left on the clock. He's going to use every single second.
Yeah, no one likes a quitter, do they?
No, and I really, really respect that from both players.
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to them to grinding it out. I think we're just double checking everything's shooting.
Here goes the hunter into the flyer.
Yeah. Any damage from the hunter?
Failed to hit.
Ouch.
One
With
of
a
those
reroll
games.
as well.
Manuel will probably be close to his bottom bracket now.
Yeah, this is true. So it looks like the steam is finally running out for the Crimson Fist / Imperial Fist / White Skulls.
Those intercessors must be biding their time for next turn, maybe.
Yeah. That's when they'll save the day. Maybe in turn 7.
Yeah. They're working on a plan in that ruin, I think.
Yeah. So, I think that was the end of the turn.
Crystal would like us to go to a side view if we could.
Yep. Can we just get a wrap up of the points before going to a side view? Was it just hold on from Josh? So just 1 point. So 20 to 13 at the end of that. So let's go for a side view from both of the players. Thinking. Here you go. Josh just having a minute.
Yeah, you think he's just looking at the scoreboard on his iPad?
Yeah. And Conrad thinking. Have a look at what's left from this view. So we've got the Hunter, we've got the 2 characters, the Storm Guardian's moving over, trying to grab, holding objective 4 now. And we have the Flyers moving in, probably trying to finish it off.
So I suppose Conrad will be thinking about trying to get his last recon now.
Yeah, which would make sense. Just trying to push that lead a little bit further forward. Nice too. As I said, hats off to both players. Nerf Herder 84, thank you very much for the follow.
Yeah.
Hats off to both players. Absolute troopers getting through this many games.
Just to give you an update, I might be pausing the stream just for 2 minutes just to let Josh have like a sit down.
Okay.
So if that happens, I'll just give you an update.
Yeah, cool. Scotsman 245, thank you very much for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. Let's go to top down, see where the Flyers have moved.
Conrad moving some of his Guardians onto the objective, number 3 there.
Yeah, so moving the Guardians over to grab this objective. Obviously the Fire Prism still holding this objective as well. And then we got the Hunter here to deal with these characters. By the looks of it. Beardack, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you tuning in.
Zach just, the event organizer, just asking Josh if he's doing okay. Josh says he's all good.
Yeah, it's just a super long day.
Yeah,
super
very
long day.
tiring day for the players today.
This is the 8th game they've played in 2 days. Castle A-Bomb, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. How are you doing?
So it looks like he's got everything in position he needs for recon.
Yeah, exactly, because he's got a unit hiding in this building.
His big game hunter and his headhunter are maxed out, so...
Yeah, it's just recon he needs to deal with. Vanilla needs 1 point, but he's got a flyer here, and he's got this flyer here, so that is recon secured.
He's not going to be able to get the bonus.
No.
Well, he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Crystal, I'm just looking at Josh now. He's laughing and smiling at the minute. I think he's good.
Yeah. If he needs a minute, though, we will be able to give him a minute. So, Dookie Dave, drop me an email at hellstormwargaming@gmail.com and we'll be able to fix that for you. I apologise for the... I don't know. Not sure why it's playing up, but just drop me an email. I'll be able to sort it for you.
Just a bit of shooting going on here.
Yeah, it looks like the Intercessor holding Objective 4 is taking a wound. Don't worry, Crystal, the event organisers are all over it. We're keeping a very close eye on him to make sure he's okay.
Everyone pray for the Intercessor.
Yeah. And it's just been removed. F in the chat for that Intercessor. The hero of the Imperium finally taken out in round 4.
Was he the last one?
Yeah, I think so. He was the only one holding the objective, so I presume it was the last one.
The only one keeping the dream alive.
Yeah.
We've still got those Tech Marines.
We do have the Tech Marines. It is obviously round 5. I forgot to update the scores. Apologies. 20-13 currently.
Oh. Confirmed from the table, the Intercessor's last stand in that corner has finally collapsed.
F in the chat.
We're just looking at the Hunter and those 2 characters in the bottom left corner now.
Yeah.
3 characters,
Flood of Fred,
sorry.
the Crimson Hunters aren't off the edge of the board. They are on the board. It's just the camera that's cutting them off. So I don't know if you can see. It's just the camera angle, and you can see I've just moved the camera up so you can see that the flyers aren't being cut off. So
yeah, chill out about the Flyers, guys. It's cool.
There's 2 head TOs at this event watching this game. So we are limited by the equipment. We don't have super fancy cameras. We're doing this all off our own back. Thanks to Bad Moves helping us to get extra cameras, but you know, it's just the angle.
There goes the Hunter. Yeah, perhaps if people would be, if they like what we've been doing, perhaps they could do us a little Patreon donation, and perhaps we could get some better cameras that could capture these flyers more accurately.
Yeah, so if you like what you see, consider supporting the channel, hellstormwargaming.co.uk or patreon.com.
Yeah, there we go, Shaky Tom. I couldn't agree more. Hats off to Josh.
He's played a great game, and he's been an absolute gentleman this weekend.
He's been amazing. Both players have been really good, but he has been amazing for all the take backs that he's had all on stream in every game. He's been like super. Both players have been playing intent.
When I've been doing the roving reporting during the main GT, he's always been laughing and joking, and just seemed like a pleasure to play against.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. I'll make sure I get that get sorted for you, mate. More than likely after this game.
I don't know if it's been mentioned, but Josh was telling me that this is going to be his sort of last big tournament that he ever does.
Okay.
So yeah, like good to see him get to a final on stream, and
there you go. This could be the final one he does, and here we are watching it. Out. Yeah, he's been amazing. Hope we'll be able to catch up with a quick interview at the end of the game.
Absolutely. Apparently, Crystal, he was telling me he's retiring from competition, but not from the hobby, which everyone will be glad to hear.
Yeah, what a legend.
I think he does a podcast.
Yeah, he does.
He'll probably tell us about it in the
Finalist
interview. Yeah, it's a good one. I've listened to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, even if it doesn't go his way in this game, he's still won 3 games. He still could win the main event at this point.
Oh, is he undefeated in the
main
GT?
event. Yeah.
Wow.
He's becoming a long fang, not retiring.
That's high praise indeed. Gets trusted with the las cannon.
Yeah, exactly. The big laser guns. Massive thank you to everyone tuning in right now. We are live at London Grand Tournament. This is the Invitational Final, one of the 2 events we are covering this weekend. The Invitational Knockout event, the 2 final players, Joshua Death versus Konrad Bartiewickz. And tomorrow we have 2 more games of the main London Open, which is 400 players. Mike C3893, thank you very much for following. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Mike.
Can you ask him if he wants to be my partner for Hellstorm doubles? I don't think one can ever quit the hobby completely if he's doing so well now. Yeah, exactly. He's got a super cool army as well. Got some really nice models in there. Got like Legion of Damned units and stuff like that. There's like proxies and stuff.
Seeing if a conversion beamer can chip the last wound off that flyer.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. Reroll the wound roll.
Oh, he's whiffed.
Oh no.
Maybe we'll see a crack grenade come from one of the characters in there too. I think
Maybe.
I think there's a lieutenant or a chapter master or something lurking down there.
Yep. So still 5 minutes left on the clock. Is this the final turn, lads?
Mike D, it has been a very good game. It was Conrad's got a very alpha strikey army, and he got first turn, and he played it quite well with his target priority and did quite a lot of damage first turn. And Josh has done everything he could to stay in the game, but he's been on the back foot ever since the first turn, really.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just going into final turn. I think we'll be able to get an update of the scores going into the final turn. Update the scores. So it's currently 23-14. Yeah, 23-14 going into the final turn.
Yeah, so just hold one from that turn for Josh.
Okay.
Zaradin's calling a Tech Marine nerf. His conversion beamers seem a bit OP.
They do seem a little bit OP, and the Tech Marine surviving for so long with a 2+ save in cover.
I think the problem we're going to have is the Tech Marine's just not got enough turns to kill everything.
Yeah, Leslie, if you scroll down, you can be able to see the lists in a big white box. You don't have to type exclamation point list. Just scroll down the big white box with both lists available. There was a bit of a mistake from us. We missed off the drop pod of Josh's list, but we added that onto the end.
How dare we?
How dare we? Terrible admin error on our part, so I apologise for that.
Watching this game's made me want a drop pod.
Is it? I have 2, you know.
Yeah.
So drop pods are just great.
I have 5. The only problem is they're painted as Space Wolves.
Oops.
We can change that though.
Split? 50-50 split maybe?
Oh, Perils.
Perils from the Warlock, who's already on 2 wounds. Takes D3.
The
Warlock dead.
Warlock's just exploded.
Yeah, so next to the Farseer as well. Does D3 more wounds to the Farseer?
I think the Farseer's got too many wounds to die, though. I think he's got 5 or 6.
And he ignores them on like a 2+ in the second.
Oh,
phase as well.
that's got Josh a pick your poison.
There we go, an extra point for Josh. He'll also have 1 kill for Killmore during this battle round.
Conrad throwing him a bone there.
Yeah. Fair play to Conrad for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Talopolis. You have to be careful with your drop pods, or they are nice, convenient things for Horde armies to hug.
Yeah, I think I played that against you once. With when we played at No Retreat, I consolidated into a drop pod, so you couldn't shoot shoot me with a Leviathan.
I think that was the turn where you killed my Leviathan with a Thud gun.
The Rapier Carrier. What a great game. There you go. Yeah, Josh has been playing 40k since he was 12. He wants to move on and try out new things. There you go. In that regard, Taylopolis, what you do with the drop pod is just don't put anything in it and drop it in your deployment zone to hold an objective. Yeah.
Oh, we're just hearing that the chapter masters needed a 6 to not die, and he rolled the 6.
Boy,
the chapter master will not go down.
The chapter master is going to clear out the planet, win Josh the game, win everybody, win Terror back from the Eldar Flyers.
It's this chapter master on a 1-man mission now, I believe.
Yeah, what a boss. Is that everything that Josh has left? Just the chapter master? And obviously 1 point for Killmore so far. Because it's ITC, you won't get kill. You only get kill 1 if it's in your turn, but Killmore is the battle round. So chapter master's being a boss.
I think the chapter master might be. He's throwing a crack grenade, I think.
Does that flyer only have 1 wound remaining?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can he? There we go.
There we go.
There's the handshake.
They've called the game.
Massive shout out to Josh versus Conrad. Conrad takes the win.
Players are giving each other a hug.
Yeah, let's see if we can capture that. There we go. Conrad takes the win. The clock can suck it ahead from Josh. Massive shout out to those 2 players. Absolute legends. Conrad taking the win with a 25-15. So 25-15 at the end of that.
Sounds like the stream enjoyed the game, which is good.
There you go. Shall we cut to our faces, Tank? Are you ready?
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. A massive shout out to Josh versus Conrad. Hopefully we'll be able to secure a quick interview before we go today.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
So what an amazing game. Conrad taking the first turn with the Eldar Flyers, managing to kill all of the ground troops that are going to have Josh score the objectives, and then just pummeling away the key units. Obviously, Josh retaliating with the Hunters, retaliating with the Chaplain, managing to do loads of damage where he needed to, but not quite enough in time. So, what an amazing game to commentate over. That was the Invitational Knockout Final. What do you think, Tank? What have you got to say?
It was a great game. I mean, I sort of called it before the game that I thought that Josh could probably weather second better than Conrad could.
Yeah.
And Nick actually said the same thing, but it turned out we were wrong.
We were wrong, yeah. Because what we were expecting Conrad to focus on all the tanks, but he went for the Dreadnought, was super easy kill, and then just killed all the ground troops.
If we talk to him, it'll be sort of interesting to hear.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it will. So what we'll do is I'll let you go and find out what we can do with the players, so we can get an interview or not, and I'll keep the stream busy if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
So best coverage I've seen on Twitch. Well, thank you very much, Dookie Dave. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much for tuning in today. We've had the best best viewership we've ever had on this stream.
What's up, dudes?
Hey Toby, you're filling in for Tank now.
Yeah, man.
So Toby, do you want to tell me what you thought about the game? Some highlight moments, some cool bits.
I'm not sure if you guys were looking on the way through, but Josh could not roll dice for Toffee. Essentially, what happened towards the end, Josh was running out of units to fight, and he was running out of dice to roll.
Yeah,
He ended up missing with that. I mean, the Master Artisan makes things a lot more successful, but it just was
Free
not.
rerolls everywhere.
Exactly, it just was not pulling off. Reroll hits the reroll one hit, reroll one wound with the Tech Marine, the Conversion Beamer. Still fails the hit, still fails the wound across the board. Conrad admits himself that he didn't play that perfectly. I think
made
I
a couple of mistakes. Let the drop pod come in.
Yeah.
Which he should have blocked out. But
Yeah,
there you go.
but I think the writing was on the wall after turn 1. Both players played incredibly well. Props to Josh for powering through his own issues and also staying through to the end, even when he knew he was probably going to lose. In the end, it ended 28-16.
28,
So it was not a washout by no regard.
16 points is really good, for a loss. It's a like an above average type
Yeah,
of loss,
for
which
sure.
is really good.
For sure, but no, great stuff. Props to both the players. It was an incredible game to commentate and watch. A really, really good showing for competitive 40K.
Yeah, amazing. So, I just can't believe it. It's just a crazy, right?
Yeah.
What a crazy game.
Mad.
Absolute legends, those lads. Justar and On Bear, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you everyone who's been watching tonight. You have all been fantastic.
Legends.
So we've had a great time. You had a great time?
I had an amazing time. My throat's a little bit sore, my head's a little bit sore, but it's all worth it.
So
all
that
worth
was
it.
the final of the Invitational, a 5-round event, 4 rounds that we had yesterday.
Yep.
What we're going to do is there going to be an interview, Tank? Tank, do you want to do the interview here?
Sit the guys down.
Sit the guys down.
Sure.
So I'll quickly run an ad and then we'll have a quick interview.
We're gonna get to sit down. Evening, everyone. I'm here for a quick interview with the 2 finalists who've just given us this fantastic game. I'm not going to sort of waste time with my interpretation when we've got the 2 players here. So you guys take it away and just tell us what you thought of the game.
It's a great ass game, dude. It was a fucking awesome game.
Josh played really well. Better than me, probably, I'd say.
Really?
I made lots of little mistakes, but I had first turn, which was huge. I made such a dent in the intercessors.
Yeah, you punched them so hard. You didn't fall into the trap that a lot of people do. Like,
Just shoot
especially
the
flyers,
vehicles.
yeah, they go after the vehicles, and it's the biggest mistake you can make. You don't go after the vehicles, you go after the intercessors. They're the biggest threat to his army, and he knew that, and came right out the gate and said, I'm going to punish the shit out of those units. And that's why, I mean, if you notice, I deployed them literally as far back in the corner as I could. I was trying to bait the flyers into range of the chaplain to try and pounce out and charge him, but he saw it, beautifully played. He's like, I'm going to keep all these flyers just out of that chaplain's range, so he didn't give me the counter response that I wanted.
Yep.
It was his turn 1 was beautifully done, really well done.
Could have target priority could have been a little bit better, I think.
Yes.
Finished
yes.
off the intercessor squads and things like that.
Like you focused on the 5-man. I would have fired the back units first on that 7-man, so you guarantee the kill on that 7-man. You know, so I mean, but you're right. I mean, but in the same breath, you thought you had LOS, and then it came into, you know. So I mean, you probably assumed you did, so that was bad.
But the turn achieved what I wanted it to, which was just
You
can't
dented the
recover,
fuck out of them, punched them hard. We were just talking a minute ago about how you get to this level of the game where you're playing at top tables like this, and you always hear these guys say the comment, right? Oh man, I lost to dice, or dice fucked me. If dice didn't screw me, I would have won. Bullshit. Okay, and here's the reason why. If you put yourself into a situation where you lost because of dice, you already made a mistake.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I mean, shy of literally you rolling bricks of 1s the whole game.
Well, you rolled a lot, right?
I did roll a lot. I did roll a lot. But seriously, I mean, like, literally shy of you failing every single roll in the game. No. You cannot blame the dice. You know, there mistakes I made. Yes, I was just talking to you guys a little bit ago. For those on the stream, that turn 1 when everyone saw me move those hunters out, it's not something I wanted to do. Actually, I messed up my deployment, and I'd boxed my characters out in the back to where the only way I could get them tucked into that ruin was to move the squad that was in their way. The only way I could move the squad that was in their way was to move those hunters first. So those hunters had to move, and if you guys remember, one of them missed that turn because of it, and then the other one, he made a save. And the plane survived as a result. That was a 2-point swing. That plane also then proceeded to go around and kill shit all game. So, you know, and that was a mistake. That was a straight up mistake. You know, I'll be honest, I probably should have deployed 2 5-mans. Like that other 5-man, I should have put over there. I still should have combat squatted him, but I should have had them both over in that ruin just to make him have to dedicate more units over on that side. Again, mistake. That wasn't him. That wasn't dice. That was a choice I made. That was the wrong choice. So, I mean, yes, were dice not amazing in my favor this game? No, probably not. But that, with some of the misplays I made, it made it to where it was a hard overcome. I think I gave it a good round till about 3 or 4. 4 is when I really started, like the attrition really started to hit, and at that point he was able to play cleanup really well.
We were actually neck and neck.
Yeah, up until about turn 4, we were like, oh, dude, tight, and then it kind of started to spiral, and that was a really bad turn. That turn for me, I remember that was the turn I actually hit with nothing.
And I picked up 4
Yeah, you picked up 4 fucking characters that turn. It was just a really bad turn for me. But did not get tabled.
Yeah, he had his chapter master.
Chapter master. Yeah, he's going for the grenade kill.
Just ran out of time.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so play-wise, I'll be honest, this game was amazing. Conrad is an amazing fucking player. He's playing an awesome army. He saw a lot of the traps, a lot of the plays, and he didn't fall into them, and that was really cool to have. Because
you told me them yesterday, Joe.
I gave him a playbook yesterday. I'm like, you know, when you play me, you want to do this, and he listened. Good job.
Stream of actually double your list, Connor.
Conair. Thanks, stream.
I like it.
So,
you start calling him Cage.
Yeah, so great, insightful rundown, fellas. So cheers for that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
We've really enjoyed watching you. The venue dying to kick us out, I think.
Yeah, they already shut the lights off on us.
Just before we go, would either of you or both of you like to quickly tell the stream about where they can hear more from you? I know you have a podcast, Josh.
I do.
Me first? Yeah, www.dicedown.co.uk.
For anyone that doesn't know, I am part of a podcast. It's In the Finest Hour, is ironically given the name. It's a podcast designed to be less than an hour every episode. It's always focused on a single topic. We always really emphasize that topic. We don't really do a lot of opinions on the topics. We really try and keep the entire podcast to as much information as possible. Like, you know, pretty much tips, tricks on how to improve your game competitively, whatever. And I also want to emphasize that it's not like my podcast. I want to emphasize that it's not. Sean Morgan is actually probably the backbone behind getting this off the ground. Those might know him as Abuse Puppy from Chapter Tactics. He is the linchpin of what has kind of created a lot of this. So, and then Shaylin Allen, she does a crap load of work. She does all the editing for the podcast. So I would be remiss if I did not obviously mention that the level of contribution they do. But it's an amazing podcast. It's a lot of fun to do. We log all of our episodes under the topics. You can go on Podbean, or we have a Facebook page or Gmail. Feel free. It's an awesome podcast to be part of. So I definitely wanted to throw the shameless plug on that.
Sweet. Everyone check that out. Fellas, you've been rock stars. It's been fantastic. So
you're right, dude. Nicely done.
Thanks, mate.
Enjoy the last 2 games tomorrow, and we'll see you on the stream tomorrow.
Yeah, so a quick one before we go. Conrad, the first person to win 2 LGT events, so congratulations. There we go. So the ominous voice on the side of the screen. We're going to be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. to stream the next 2 games of the London Grand Tournament Open. So make sure you tune in there. We've got to go. We are literally getting booted out. So I love you all. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've been Hellstormwargaming, and we'll see you tomorrow.